We welcome you tonight for Cyclone and Lady Cyclone basketball. If you're tuning in on our YouTube channel, appreciate you joining us tonight. This is going to be our last time where we're only on YouTube. We'll be picking up the radio station, River Valley Radio, River Country KCJC, for our games in the Holiday Hoops for Hunger tournament, which means we'll be getting some ads that will be running with our audio, or I'm sorry, along with our video. That'll be on the air, because the video stuff that we do on YouTube is free of charge. We do not collect any money for it. It's strictly for the fans. But when we sync the audio from the radio, the ads will be going towards that. So we'll add a little programming note. Again, as we're down in the pit of Cyclone Arena, we did experience some technical difficulties to start off. Hopefully, all the bugs have been worked out, and we're ready to go. The Lady Cyclones and Russell Cyclones taking on Mountain Home tonight and before they break for Christmas break. We'll be more than likely starting here in about a minute or so. We may be stopping our feed if it doesn't get any better, and we'll switch it over to in the feed. Okay, we welcome you to Lady Cyclone basketball as they will start off tonight. Lady Cyclones currently, they're on a little bit of a losing streak. They've lost 4 games in a row, and coming into tonight after losing to Cabot, losing bad to Rogers, they need a win in the worst way. And of their losses, the last one was the roughest when they got beat 62-43 against Rogers. Battled a little bit, trailed a little bit at halftime, but lost it really in the third and fourth quarter. And they need a win in the worst way, but aside from that, they need to play well, and they haven't done that the last couple of games.
Well, the Lady Cyclones have a good inside game with Myers and with Ely working the inside, one on the high post. And usually that's Ely, and then Myers working underneath on both sides. What Russellville Lady Cyclones need is some outside shooting, not necessarily threes, but just outside shooting, take the pressure off the inside. Against Rogers, we were only 2 of 21 from three-point line. So we've got to improve on that, and I'm sure Coach White has really emphasized that. Our outside shooting has to improve, and that will really open up the inside game even more.
We saw last game that Coach White juggled the lineup a little bit, starting lineup. She's juggled it again tonight. But first we'll give you the Mountain Home Lady Bombers starting lineup as they turn off the lights here and get ready for Lady Cyclones. They actually did a video for the last game for the girls because they had done one for the boys. And so turnabout's fair play. They have that. This will be the second time they have that going on for the girls right now. So while they're watching the video, we'll talk to you about Mountain Home. They're going to start off with Peyton Husky, probably the best player, the senior, a 5'6" guard. She is the daughter of Mitch Husky, the athletic director there at Mountain Home. Katie Gilbert, number 22, a 5'10" sophomore, gets the start. Emma Martin, she's a 5'7" junior guard. Addison Yates, the 5'8" sophomore forward. And the center, Anna Grace Foreman, she is 6'2", junior postman for Mountain Home. They're coached by Dale Leonard. They're 6-3 on the season, playing very well early for Mountain Home and the Lady Bombers. They're taking on the Lady Cyclones. And for the Lady Cyclones, they'll be starting off with 5'7" senior guard Z. McAllister, a 5'10" junior guard Kara Davis, wearing number 3. Maddie Howerton, number 5. She's a 5'5" junior. And the two people in the middle, Anna Myers, 6-foot senior, wearing number 25. And then number 35, Michaela Ely, a 5'11" senior. I always feel funny when I say man in the middle and we're talking about girls, post-man instead of post-girl or post-woman. But that's what they are. Go big sometimes. They always start off with Myers and Ely. Then they switch them in and out. And, hey, if they don't get in foul trouble and they feel like they got all the energy, they'll run that a little bit. And we saw that some with Cabot, even in the loss, and they're very productive. Last game, though, it seemed like the Lady Cyclones, even though they lost by 19, they were bitten by the bug. They couldn't hit anything, not just outside. They couldn't hit anything from in the paint early on, and you just figured, okay, if we just weather the storm, eventually those shots are going to fall. They never fell in that game, and Lady Cyclones just could never recover in that game and lost the game big. They've had some time to think about it. They, of course, had finals, first semester tests. Officially, their last day was today, but if you were finished with your finals, you didn't have to come today. So really, most of these girls, their last day was yesterday here at school. And today they'll play, and then they'll have Christmas break and get ready for Hoops for Hunger 1 week from tonight.
Well, I think this will be a good game for the Lady Cyclones to bounce back, pick up a victory just before the tournament, which would be good as far as your attitude and morale and everything. It was rough last game against Rogers, very rough. And it's hard to take when you're shooting and the ball goes in and out or just hanging on the rim. So I think we'll see an improvement tonight as far as the inside and outside game for the Lady Cyclones.
One thing we need to mention, if you just caught Coach White, it's ugly sweater night for Coach White and her assistant Chase White. We also see Coach Lewis, his wife, in the stands. She's got ugly sweater, ugly outfit on. If you see some bright lights over there, that's who she is. I think she wins. She's got presents on her feet as shoes. So that's something maybe we can get a shot of later. Lady Cyclones win the tip and will be shooting away from their basket as we're opposite the home fans. Throw it away immediately, and Mountain Home going to feel the pressure from the Lady Cyclones, and a steal by Davis and Howerton. Davis missed the layup, got it back. She's able to catch it because it was partially blocked, even though it wasn't much of a shot. But that's the way it's not traveling. Kara Davis in the corner. McAllister wanted to set a screen, but she goes the other direction, and McAllister catches it in the right corner right now. To take one dribble, she's left open. Three-pointer won't go. A rebound comes to Foreman. She'll hit the outlet, and this is, look, we already saw a turnover from Mountain Home against the Lady Cyclones' pressure, and they can be bothered by that a little bit. But the main thing you need to set up your press is you need a made basket. That's the best way to set up the press. Here's a drive to the basket. Missed shot by Emma Martin, but she's going to the free throw line. This will be on Anna Myers. And we talked about it. Maybe I jinxed him saying we don't need to be in foul trouble. And we pick up a foul on one of our bigs right off the bat.
Well, Anna had to get her with her body because she sure didn't touch her with her hands. Her hands were straight up. She did come off the floor, so I think that's what the referee picked up on.
Hit the first free throw. Maddie Howerton getting some instruction from Coach White. Second free throw is good. 2-0. Mountain Home leads it, and Z will bring in the front court. Z going to be signing in January with Connors State. We'll keep you up to date on that. Maddie Howerton catching the screen, was open, wouldn't shoot it just yet. You always get that open three. She gets it inside to Ely. Started to drive down left side, lost it, got it back and put it up and in with the left hand.
That's been kind of Ely's trademark, driving to the left and putting it up with her left hand.
Here's a steal, and the Lady Cyclones give it right back. So the pressure, defense has caused two turnovers, but Rossville has 2 turnovers of their own. Here's a drive to the basket, missed layup. Foreman there with the follow. Anna Grace Foreman, the 6'2 junior, gets the follow, and Mountain Home leads it 4-2.
One thing we're going to have to do is block out Foreman of Mountain Home. She's 6'2". She's taller than any girl that we have.
And the way you guard against that, you can't allow somebody to drive. Here's a missed long shot. I don't know if he called that a 3 or not. His arm went up and then it went down. Mountain Home got the rebound. I couldn't tell if he was indecisive or he just put it down because she missed it. They shoot the 3, no good. Foreman had it, lost it. Ely ends up, I don't know if you call that a steal or rebound, but Ely got it off to Howerton, finds Z in the corner. Back to Maddie. She's going to go inside. Myers is open on the low block. Turnaround jumper. Gets the bounce.
Hung on the rim and then fell in. Good shot. Soft shot by Myers.
And this is the best thing. A made basket. Deflected pass, but they got it. It's the best thing. Set up your press. Here comes the trap in the backcourt. Ely swatting it away. There's a scramble for it. A timeout's going to be called by Dell Leonard. Mountain Home went on the floor to get it. And that was going to be a jump ball situation, and I guess he didn't want to give up the jump ball. It was going to be for Mountain Home anyway, but again, good pressure defense by Russellville.
You know, he might have jumped the gun calling a timeout there. As you said, he had the arrow in his favor, unless he had something he wanted to tell his players about that press. The press has so far has been effective for the Lady Cyclones. We have just got to watch our passes and not get over anxious trying to get the ball on the inside.
Yeah, I don't think he was thinking to say anything. I think he was just saving possession of the basketball. And get 5 timeouts, you can take them at any time. He took a 30-second here. We're all tied up at 4. 5:24 left to play here in the first quarter. Early going. We're going to talk to you about the Hoops for Hunger tournament. That's going to be coming up next week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll talk to you all about that at halftime. Foreman catching the ball on the front court, so they break the press. First time they've really done it easily after the timeout. There's a drive by Emma Martin. Missed the layup last time. This time she gives it off to Foreman. Her shot blocked by Myers. Mountain Home has it too far underneath the basket as they hit the bottom of the backboard. And then Anna gets the rebound. Z in the front court. Stops on the right wing. Little crossover dribble. Trying to draw the double team. Not there, but she does try to get it to Howerton. It's knocked away and stolen by Mountain Home.
Lady Cyclone so far has to watch their passes. We're throwing away the ball too much.
Here come the Bombers. It's on the left wing. This is Emma Martin with it, working against Howerton. At the top of the key, that's Peyton Husky. She'll give it over on the right wing. And back now Martin at the top of the key. Looking inside for Foreman. She's living underneath there, but the pass is going to be intercepted by Ely and almost threw it away. I think the official might have kept it from going out of bounds. Here's Maddie Howerton, left open, right wing. Three-pointer, it's good for Maddie Howerton. And the Lady Cyclones have their first lead of the game at 7-4. And you can see Russell getting to set up and Mountain Home taking their time getting back, almost like they want to think about what they want to do here. Bounce pass that hits twice. Husky gets it off, and now they have numbers. Coming in, left side, Martin, shot blocked. And a little bit of a late whistle there. This is going to be on number 2. Number 2 on number 25, Anna Myers. That's a tough foul there.
It is. Myers, if she'd kept her feet on the ground, I think she could have took a charge. And that's what she's going to have to learn to do is when those people come in there like that, if she can't block it, get set, take the charge.
Free throw will not go, and Anna's going to sit for a while with 2 fouls, and she's talking to Coach White. Yeah, she's saying I jumped straight up is what she just told her. I agree with her. I don't think that was a foul. Hillen Vardaman is in, number 11. Second free throw is good. Vardaman, a 6-foot senior. And Z McAllister in the front court. To the high post, the right elbow, Ely. Looking for a backdoor cut, nothing there. She's going to take one dribble towards the middle of the lane, flings it up left-handed, no good. The follow is no good by Vardaman. Almost got it, snuck in there and got it. And the ball knocked away. Davis with the steal, putting it up and in.
The pressure definitely getting to the Lady Bombers.
9-5, the Lady Cyclones lead it, and a foul in the backcourt on Kara Davis. Time going right at it, and if it gets you off your feet, you just got to get out of the way. Otherwise, any contact is going to be a foul on that. Because you're out of position, you will get whistled. That's number 1 on Kara Davis, a third-team foul on the Lady Cyclones. Substitution coming in. This is Emily Payne, the 5'6" sophomore, number 11 for Mountain Home. Emma Martin getting the inbounds pass. Looking over, still in the back court. Got to watch the 10-second count. Husky going to dribble across the timeline. Double team, throws it almost away, but Foreman comes up with it. Left side, they leave her open. Three-pointer won't go, and she hesitated. When you hesitate sometimes, that's the worst thing you can do. Z McAllister with the long rebound. She'll bring it into the front court, dribbles in the lane, dumps it out to Ely. Out on the right side, back at Howerton. Again, open from 3, this time left wing, no good on the three-pointer. Foreman with rebound. She'll hit a Husky, and here come the Lady Bombers, wanting to push it in transition. Getting it in the corner to Payne, number 11. Now back into the right corner. She dribbled out to Husky, and she'll bring it up near the top with a pass to number 30, Addison Yates, the 5'8" sophomore. Yates, guarded by Vardaman, gets it off on the left wing. Emily Payne will back it back out. The Lady Cyclones leading at 9-5. 2:35 left to play here in the first quarter. Way out up top is Peyton Husky with it. Howerton trying to get close enough to start the 5-second count. On the right wing is Emma Martin. They don't look really like they're flowing very much on this offensive possession, except for the last couple of passes. On the drive, they're going to draw a foul, and it's going to be on Kara Davis. That'll be her second, and the 4th team foul on the Lady Cyclones. They're saying it's on the floor, so it's going to be a inbounds play, and Davis is going to have to sit down with 2 fouls. In for her will be number 21, Blakely Walker, the 5'7" senior. Off the inbounds pass on the block, Yates, and whistle and a foul on Russellville.
Well, Russellville's coming off the floor with their feet. They've got to stay on the floor. That's what Coach White is telling them right now. Stay on the floor. Don't get faked out and get up in the air.
Free throw is no good by Addison Yates. That's the first foul on Vardaman, the 15th foul on the Lady Cyclones. 2:18 left to play here in the first quarter. Lady Cyclones lead by 4, make it 3 as Addison hits the second of 2. Russellville leading 9-6. Z McAllister near the top. Gets it to the right elbow. And Ely looked like she was double teamed and might have got away with a travel. Missed the shot anyway with the rebound. Is Foreman. And the Lady Bombers can tie it with a three-pointer. Kick the ball there. And Ely probably stuck her foot out. It's going to get called.
Yeah, I think she got away with a walk.
That's all right. They missed the shot and they got the rebound, so it's a wash. Off the inbounds pass, Husky open for the right wing. Three-pointer, little short. Foreman gets a long rebound, dribbles in the lane, left-handed shot, up and in. Anna Grace Foreman, the only person to hit field goals for Mountain Home. And the Lady Cyclone lead is down to 1 at 9-8 with 1:40 left to play here in the first quarter. Z McAllister getting some space, getting the matchup she likes, going to back her way in, throws it back out to Howerton. Mountain Home not making a switch back. There's a mismatch there. Ely, 15-footer, won't go. Right off the back of the iron. And Mountain Home with the rebound. Pass in front to Yates, pump fake. She's bothered by Ely, tried to throw it, threw it away. Went off the hands of Foreman. She pump fake, couldn't get Ely up in the air, and you could tell she was bothered, worried about having her shot blocked. 1:08 left to play here in the first quarter. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes to Emma Martin.
That might have been just a little bit too long for McAllister. She needs to be in just about another step or two.
Husky, a brief 5-on-4. She spun away from pressure, missed it. Her 15-footer went down and out. Foreman chasing down the rebound. Boy, she's active, 6'2", and she gets all over the place. Great steal there off the pass by Z McAllister. Tipped it and picked it off herself. She'll bring it in the front court. Lady Cyclones lead is 1. Final 35 seconds of the first quarter. Here's Ely, 15-footer, won't get the bounce. Number 22, Kate Gilbert, gets the rebound. She's being chased by Blakely Walker. She'll take it, almost took it all the way. She threw it in the corner, and nobody's there but the Lady Cyclone cheerleaders. 22 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Sarah Velasquez will come in, replacing Z McAllister. Give her a quick breather. Usually you do that when you can give her a quick rest. Then she's going to start the second quarter. Howerton in the front court. Lady Cyclones lead is 9-8. You can hear Coach White saying special to Hillen. You're on the right wing. Howerton still with it. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Looking to go baseline, throws it to Hillen. With 1 second, she's going to have to throw it up. She does. It's no good. We've come to the end of the first quarter with our score. The Lady Cyclones 9 and the Mountain Home Lady Bombers 8. Russell on that last possession didn't seem like they could get really into their set that they wanted to. Didn't get the matchup that they wanted to. Now, less money there when you have the ball and you have the lead. So, no matter what, as long as you take care of it, you're going to have the lead going into the second quarter, and that's where we are now. Not bad first quarter for Russell.
Not bad at all. Myers picking up a couple of fouls. Davis picking up a couple of fouls. What's hurt Russellville, though, is not getting in position for those offensive rebounds. Mountain Home is limiting us to one shot. And if we don't hit that one shot, then we're going to have problems on down the line. So we have got to get into position for those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, the Lady Cyclones not as cold as they've been the last couple games. They do lead it 9-8. Did not go to the free throw line. Maddie Howerton hit a 3. Kara Davis, Anna Myers, and Ely all with 2s. That's the scoring for Russellville. For Mountain Home, they only have 2 field goals. Anna Grace, and they've been inside the paint. Everything else they've had is free throws, as they are 4 of 6 from the free throw line.
And one of the things I wanted to bring out, Russellville's got 5 fouls. Let me look at this real close. See how many fouls Mountain Home has. They got none.
Yeah, they got a big goose egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lied to you. Z isn't starting the second quarter. It'll be Maddie Howerton, Blakely Walker, Hillen Vardaman, Sarah Velasquez, and number 35, Michaela Ely. Lady Cyclones play defense first. They go inside to Foreman and lost it. Lost her footing, too. Blakely Walker on the right wing. They're out on her quite a bit. She's going to dribble, and you can hear Coach White saying, give her a screen. She threw it up for grabs. It's going to be taken away by Foreman and the Mountain Home Lady Bombers.
Right now, the Lady Cyclones has got a very short lineup as compared to Mountain Home.
There's a shot blocked by Vardaman and then blocked on the rebound by Velasquez. Almost a jump ball situation. Kyra Penn, a 6'1 senior coming in for Mountain Home. She did not play in that first quarter. There was no JV game for the girls, and I say that because you're allowed to play 5 quarters a night in JV and varsity action. So So there's nobody that's limited. So sometimes you'll see a player play 2 quarters of JV and 3 quarters of varsity or vice versa. And Maddie Howerton just picked the pocket of Emma Martin.
That's a second steal for Maddie.
And then she has it taken away. It's a 2-on-1 going back the other direction. Martin coming in from left side, and there's going to be a foul call. No, what?
That's a charge. That's a good call.
That'll be on number 24, Emma Martin. I missed it. Player was in my way. I didn't see what happened.
Well, she charged into Ely.
Okay.
She lowered her shoulder like a halfback, and I think that's what the referee saw, and he called the charge.
That's Kevin Beaton making that call. That's the first foul called on the Mountain Home, and that is on Emma Martin, who's got 3 points, but all from the free throw line. Lady Cyclones still lead at 9-8. Nobody scored here in the second quarter. Ely stops her dribble. Nice backdoor cut, bounce pass, missed the layup, though, with Lasquez. And a scramble for the loose ball. It'll be a jump ball to belong to Russellville. And during that last timeout, Anna Myers, or that last break, Anna Myers checking in. So we got to keep an eye on her because she, and also Kara Davis with 2 fouls. Z. McAllister also in. Kara still on the bench with 2 fouls. Something about 2, just get that low closer to 3. When you get 3 fouls, you're just pretty much done in the first half. Velasquez's pass intended for Myers, but never got to her. Husky in the front court. Peyton Husky on the left wing. They gave her the baseline, but she wouldn't take it. Russell was kind of wanting to trap her there on the baseline. She saw it. Leah Jackson, number 5, the 5'6" junior, was calling for it. She did not play in the first quarter. Husky has it, working against Walker. One-handed pass over the right side to Martin. She will take the baseline. Jumper, no good. Ely with the rebound. With Foreman not in there, the Lady Cyclones didn't have to worry about that backside as much. Here's a pull-up jumper from Anna Myers, a little short as it hit the front of the iron. Husky has it. She's wanting to push it in transition. Behind the back dribble. Dribbles to the left side in the corner. Here's a three-point try. Is good by number 5, Leah Jackson. First three-point shot for either team, and Mountain Home has taken the lead back once again.
Well, that shot that Myers took, if she put a little arch on that, she's going to make that shot every time.
See McAllister from 15 feet away. Bounce pass to Myers. Missed on her drive. A rebound comes to Mountain Home. Walker almost got a cheap steal, but couldn't come up with it. Lady Cyclones trailing 11-9 here with 5:17 left to play in the first half. Martin has stopped, and she's trying to listen to the coach. The coach was saying timeout. And I don't think she realized it because the official was wanting her to say timeout, but they do get the 30-second timeout call. That's their second timeout. They have 3 more. Lady Cyclones have all 5. 11-9, Mountain Home leading here with 5:13 left to play in the first half.
Well, I think Myers is going to sit down, and Vardaman's coming in to take her place.
Yeah, it's a balancing act there with Anna Myers with 2 fouls and Kara Davis with 2 fouls. You got to juggle that because you don't want to picking up that third one there in the first half, so you really got to watch it. But, hey, it's nothing new for Russellville, boys and girls. They've had to do that. They've had to juggle that, and that's part of being a head coach, and that's why Coach White, that's why she's going to the Hall of Fame. I guess she's been doing this for, I think, was it 37 years, I think, something like that. 30-second timeout. You're not allowed to sit on the bench, and you can't have subs come up and people on the bench be around you. So it's just the coaches and the players on the floor. We'll see what Coach Leonard wanted to do with that timeout. They pop free. Jackson in the corner, but she doesn't get the open look, and she traveled with the basketball.
Yeah, she raised 1 foot up. She was faking a pass, and her momentum brought that 1 foot up off the floor.
And our mics couldn't pick it up, but we could hear it through our headset. Coach Leonard, he was not happy with his player on that one. And Walker was open briefly. She's waiting for somebody to spring free underneath. She'll dribble to the right block and then back in the corner. Throws it. It's intended for Vardaman. It's too low for her. In the back court, working against Davis is Emma Martin. She slows it up, and they'll make the switch as Blakely Walker on her. The Lady Cyclones trail by 2 with 4:33 left in the first half. Bounce pass on the baseline underneath to Yates, and her shot blocked from behind, but the foul's going to be on Vardaman. Not a bad foul because she had an open drive for layup there, and Addison Yates is going to go to the free throw line for the second time. She's 1 of 2 from the line. And 4:28 left to play in the first half. We're going to have a substitution. Have to wait for the first free throw, which is made by Yates, and this is going to be number 12, Tanika Boyce, a 5'7" senior, is in the game for the first time. She replaces Blakely Walker. Blakely gave Coach White a lot of good minutes there. Kate Gilbert, a 5'10" sophomore, checks back in, replacing Leah Jackson, who just walked, but before that hit the three to give the Lady Bombers a lead. Right now they lead at 12-8. I'm sorry, 12-9. Make it 13-9. Second free throw is good. Yates has hit her last 3 free throws, and this is the largest lead for either team as the Lady Bombers lead it by 4. Russell led by 4 at one time, 9-5. Z McAllister stops 15 feet away. Nice job driving around the screen. Couldn't get the shot to go. Foreman, who's back in the game, gets the rebound. Gives it off to Husky. Husky got around the double team trap and to Martin. Martin's going to try to take it all the way. Blocked by Vardaman, and then on the rebound by Foreman, she traveled with a basketball. Myers is going to give Ely a break. That's what I mean about juggling lineup. Myers is in, then she's out, then she's back in. Ely's out. Vardaman's second part of the Twin Towers underneath there right now. Now fighting through the legal screen. Lady Cyclones get whistled for a foul. That'll be on Tanika Boyce, her first and the 17th foul, but it's not a 1-and-1 on that. Player control foul is not a 1-and-1.
I think the officials need to look up the score.
1. It's 7-1. It sound like a broken record. It's never never in our favor, it seems like.
Well, they've shot 8 free throws. We haven't even been to the line yet.
I have not. Lady Cyclones right in the middle of a cold spell. I mean, if you think about it, it's an 8-0 run since the first quarter by Mountain Home. We led it 9-5 and trail 13-9 right now. Yates gets it on the inbounds pass. Boy, she airballed a shot from the right block. Davis with the rebound passes it down the floor to Z. They'll leave it for Kara Davis. Three-pointer. Boy, that looked good, but it's not. As soon as it left her hand, it looked good. Foreman got the rebound. She knocked down her player in the process. Emma Martin slows it up as soon as she crosses the timeline. Yates gets it on the left elbow, takes it left side, lost the handle going up. Foreman got the rebound, though, and she's blocked from behind. This is going to be on Z McAllister, her first. It's going to put Foreman on the line to shoot 2, her first trip to the free throw line. And I'm quiet because I'm wanting to hear Coach White. She's saying to her team, she says, have we shot 1 free throw? And she's telling them, get to the basket. Quit settling, for outside stuff. She wants them to drive, and we'll see how they respond. Foreman missed the first, hit the second.
Was she telling the players, or was she telling that official? That
Might have been doing both. Might have been doing both, but she wants them to work inside. There's a nice pass from Myers to Boyce. Boyce missed the shot. Ball tipped around a couple times. Martin has it. Lady Cyclones trail 14-9. Nice cold from the floor. And Martin will slow it up as she crossed the timeline, working against Kara Davis.
Kara Davis just got pushed. She got pushed again, and the officials are not calling it.
And Coach White just talking to the official, and he was listening. She's talking about the push off that she thought she saw. They're down there on the baseline. In the middle is Foreman. She traveled. She picked up her pivot foot, and that was easy to see there. That's a second travel in the paint by Anna Grace Foreman. Howerton will replace Tanika Boyce. Good minutes for Tanika here in the second quarter. 2:27 left to play in the first half. The Lady Cyclones trail 14-9. Z McAllister in the front court. Dribbles to the top of the key. And now over the left side. 2:15 left.
Well, they're working on Myers underneath. They're really pounding her.
Yeah, she hits a nice shot off the glass. She's got 4 points. 14-11, Lady Cyclones trail by 3. Peyton Husky picks up her dribble on the left wing now to Martin, using a screen nicely. Stops, drives down the middle of the lane, layup too hard off the backboard. Foreman with the follow, no good. Vardaman has it. She's going to be fouled. We're going the other direction. And this is going to be on number 22, Kate Gilbert, her first, the team's second. What most fans like to call over the back, even though really what they mean is a push. Looked like they could have gotten Foreman on that before, but missed the follow. Minute 35 left to play here in the first half. Lady Cyclones only trail by 3. As ice cold as we've been, and we just stopped a 9-0 run, that last basket. We're still kind of in it, but we turn the ball over here. Peyton Husky in the front court will slow up and then turn around and give it to Martin, who's near the half-court stripe with minute 18 left to play in the first half. She's guarded by Z McAllister. They got the 5-second count going. I don't know if she realizes it, but she does get the pass away in the corner, going inside to Foreman. Turnaround shot is blocked by Anna Myers. Z has the rebound. She's all alone, but going down the middle of the lane, and lost it going up. It'll be out of bounds as there was a nice defensive play by number 24, Emma Martin. Lady Cyclones will have it underneath their own basket on the left side. Minute 1 left to play in the first half. 14-11 our score. The Lady Cyclones trail by 3. Off the inbounds pass comes to Myers. Dribbles. 14-footer won't go. Foreman with the rebound. And now here's a steal off a pass underneath. Shot up and in. Kara Davis, and she gets the foul.
And I think that's on Foreman.
That's going to be on Anna Grace Foreman, her first, the team's third. But just a lazy pass back there, and Kara Davis likes to hang around sometimes after missed shots and defensive rebounds. See if she can get a cheap steal. She did there. She's going to the line for the three-point play and missed the free throw. It rattled in and out. She's got 4 points. Lady Cyclones only trail by a point. 49 seconds left to play in the first half. Trying to go coast to coast. A charge is going to be taken by Anna Myers. Leah Jackson picks up her first. And you could see that charge coming from a mile away. I don't understand why people continue. Why don't you just stop and shoot the 8-footer?
That's all you've got to do if you're on the offense. Just stop.
Yeah, that Myers telegraphed that. Good job by her to take that charge. She's at the free throw line, needs some help, kicks it out, right wing. Z McAllister with 30 seconds left right now. As a ball knocked away by Martin. Kara Davis knocks it away. Martin gets it back. Coming in left side, right-handed layup is good. Emma Martin's field goal of the game. She's got 5 points. Kara Davis coming back the other direction. Lady Cyclones trail by 3 with 15 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Anna Myers just inside. Shot missed. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by Michaela Ely. It'll be Mountain Home Lady Bombers basketball with 9.2 seconds left as they bring Anna Grace Foreman back in. So they're thinking work the ball to her, I'm sure, or if they get a quick enough shot, she might get an offensive rebound. Blakely Walker comes in replacing Kara Davis. You don't want her getting a cheap third foul with 9 seconds left in the final 9 seconds. Peyton Husky crosses the timeline with 7. Waits, and now it's a 5-on-5. Emma Martin on the right side, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Lost her footing. The ball's on the ground, and we've come to the end of the first half. Mountain Home didn't get exactly what they wanted, Lady Cyclones. Very low scoring first half for both teams as the Lady Cyclones trail at halftime by a score of 16-13. Well, not much to total, but we'll go ahead and total it for you. Leading the way for Russellville, Kara Davis with 4 points, Anna Myers with 4 points, Maddie Howerton with 3, and Michaela Ely with 2. That's it. For Mountain Home, they were led by Emma Martin, who had 5 points, and also Anna Grace Foreman, who also had 5 points. 3 points each for Addison Yates and Leah Jackson. They only hit 4 field goals, but, of course, only 13 points there. The only person that hit more than 1 field goal was Anna Grace Foreman. Lady Cyclones 0 of 1 from the free throw line in that first half. And Mountain Home, I got 7 of 9. 7 to 10. Yeah, you're right. 7 of 10 from the free throw line.
And they were only 1 of 4 from three-point line, where we were looked like 1 of 5. Again, our outside shooting has got to loosen up that inside.
Yeah, I misspoke earlier when I said Leah Jackson hit the first three-pointer for either team. Maddie Howerton hit 1 in the first quarter. So Russellville hit 1 and Mountain Home hit 1 in that first half, but very low scoring. But again, I go back to it. Sound like a broken record when we've been cold. Yeah, we've been cold, but at least we're still in the game. We're not being blown out right now. We're only down by 3 at the end of the first half.
Well, what the girls need to do, really, they need to do 3 things. We've talked about the outside shooting. They've got to get consistent. The second thing they've got to do is watch their passes. They're trying to force passes into the inside, and they're throwing it right to the Lady Bombers, or they're getting it where the ball's knocked away. So they got to control their passes a lot better. The third thing they've got to do, and this is so important, is they've got to get in position for that offensive rebound. The Lady Bombers are doing a great job limiting Russellville to only one shot. Outside, inside, doesn't matter. We're only getting one shot. We have got to get in position and start taking control of the offensive boards.
Lady Cyclones trailing 16-13 here at halftime. Well, Lady Cyclones, after this game, only have 3 more games that are non-conference. Then they start with their conference season. New conference for the boys and girls this year. For the next 2 years, it's a new conference. A little bit tougher conference, and it's tougher to get in a state tournament now because you have an 8-team conference, and only the top 4 get in. So there's no conference tournament to see who gets in, seeding or anything like that. That's it. So we will talk to you about it next week. We said we would. It's the Hoops for Hunger tournament. Girls and boys, we have 8 games a day for 3 days, starting December 27th, 28th, and 29th. On the girls' side of the bracket, the first game of the day will be at 10 o'clock in the morning each day. And girls' game to start off that day will be Johnson County West Side against Two Rivers. This is first time Two Rivers has been in the tournament. On that side of the bracket, the 1 o'clock game, Charleston and Little Rock Central. Both those are 2 new teams. I think Charleston might have been in it once before. But the winner and loser of the Two Rivers Johnson County West Side will play the winner and loser of Charleston and Little Rock Central. On the other side of the bracket, 4 o'clock afternoon game, we'll see the Pottsville Lady Apaches against DeQueen. And then the last girls' game of the day takes place at 7 o'clock as our Russellville Lady Cyclones take on the Lady Mavericks of Fort Smith Southside. Tough for me to say Mavericks. I still want to say Rebels. But Coach White going against her old team, Fort Smith Southside, in the first round. And win or lose, we'll play the winner-loser of that Pottsville DeQueen game. The championship game for the girls will be Saturday night at 6 o'clock. I said that there's 8 games a day. I think the last day they don't have that 7th place game, and so that's why they start a little bit different time. On the boys' side, our Russellville Cyclones have the last game of the day as they take on DeQueen. And winner-loser of that game will play the winner-loser of Episcopal against Two Rivers. And that's the top side of the bracket. On the bottom side of the bracket, you'll see Little Rock Catholic, their first time to be in this conference, against Pottsville, and then Johnson County West Side against Baptist Prep. Anxious to see Little Rock Catholic because they always play basketball like football because they're so rough. But also anxious to see Baptist Prep and that kid that wasn't good enough to be recruited by Mike Anderson, but he's going to go play for Kansas Jayhawks. So
well, Mike Anderson could have used him last night, I think.
He could have. But anyway, so it'll be an exciting tournament. Really anxious. Seriousness, I am anxious to see Baptist Prep there, and they actually play at 2:30 on Friday afternoon against Johnson County West Side, and that rounds out the boys' side of the bracket. But boy, you can get your basketball fix in, and you know we can bring your phone, watch your bowl games on your phone, and watch basketball here at the Cyclone Arena, the Hoops for Hunger tournament. We're at halftime. The Lady Cyclones trailing the Mountain Home Lady Bombers by a score of 16-13. We're going to take a brief break and come back for the second half. You're watching Lady Cyclone or Russell Cyclone basketball on Cyclone Boost YouTube channel. Welcome back. We're getting ready for the second half, and 16-13 our score. The Mountain Home Lady Bombers lead it. And see Coach Dave Wilbers in the stands. He's watching one of his commits, number 25, Anna Myers. Myers with 4 points in that first half. Tied with Kara Davis for the lead, also with 2 fouls. 3 points from Maddie Howerton, 2 points from Michaela Ely. They were led by Emma Martin with 5 points and Anna Grace Foreman with 5 points.
One thing the Lady Cyclones have to do on defense, and I didn't bring this up at halftime, was they've got, anytime a person comes in close to that basket and going to shoot, whether they're driving or whether they're just coming in and they're trying to fake them out, they've got to keep their feet on the ground. Either take the charge, get set up, don't move, take the charge, or keep their feet on the ground and keep their hands straight up in the air. If they do that, a lot of times they won't get called for the foul. It's when they get their feet off the ground up in the air, or they've got their hands down close to their side or around their chest area or shoulder, they're going to get called for a foul every time. And they've got to learn that.
I think we see some winners for the ugly sweater contest there. And I tell you, show you my favorite from one of the kids. This is Dave Wilbur's son, Brett Wilbur's right there. That's, I don't know what that is, if that's pajamas or something, but his sweater matches his pants, and that's pretty ugly.
That's Coach Wilbur's, isn't it?
That's Brett, a pretty player on the 9th grade team. They're off till after Christmas when they'll go to a couple tournaments. I think one in Van Buren and one in Cabot, I believe. Start second half, Mountain Home with the basketball. Z. McAllister, Michaela Ely, Kara Davis, Anna Myers, and Maggie Howerton. The starters will start the second half. And Foreman again with a travel. Her third travel, and that time that looked like a James Harden from the other night when he stepped back twice there on that one. She just forgot to dribble.
Well, Myers did the right thing. She kept her feet on the ground, kept her hands straight up in the air, and let the offensive player do the moving.
Anna Myers faking the long three. She drew Foreman out there for a minute. I'm surprised Foreman able to come out on her. I mean, you give up that big three there if you want to, but did not beat her off the dribble just yet, but we'll see. What pass almost went awry, but Maddie Howerton able to pick it back up. Z. McAllister throws in the corner to Myers. She's on a screen set for her. Doesn't get it, gives it off to Ely. Z was open in the corner. Now they get out on her, but they don't give the ball to her. Here's a pull-up jumper from 15 by Myers. There's a Davis on the miss, putting it back up and in. Good job, Kara.
Good play by Davis, getting that offensive rebound.
6 points for Davis, and the Lady Cyclones trail by a point. Cross-court pass to Husky, wide open, long three off the front of the iron. Rebound comes straight to Davis after it was tipped. And she's going to bring in the court. Coach White saying all the way. She's trapped on the block. Gets it underneath the Myers, and she's going to be fouled hard. And she's going to go to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
That was on Foreman, wasn't it?
That's number 2 on her. First team foul on Mountain Home. Take a picture of the scoreboard. We don't lead in fouls. First free throw, no good. It's all right, hit this one and tie this game. And we do get it tied. All right. There's a 9-0 run that put them up by 5, 14-9. The Lady Cyclones since then have tied it here at 16. Mountain Home still has not scored, and they threw it away in the back court. Is that 5 turnovers off the press alone?
I believe it is. It's close to it. Foreman just threw that bounce pass again, and it's hard to control a bounce pass sometimes, and she threw it out of bounds underneath the basket.
She's coming out of the game. Kyra Penn, a 6'1 senior. Boy, it's bad when you can play 6'2 with a 6'1, but that's what they do. Here's Myers, dribble inside the lane, knocks it down. Myers could get hot. This could be good news, and Lady Cyclones lead it now, 18-16. Staying with that pressure in the back court. This time they beat it with a couple passes. That's okay. We'll take the turnovers when they happen. You're going to leave it for Husky. She'll swing it around right side. This is Emma Martin, number 24. She's going to dribble to the top and wave people down and set their offense. 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Lady Cyclones lead by a bucket. Sometimes I quiet down so you can hear Coach White, almost a steal by Russell as it rolled out of bounds. And what she was Coach White was saying, Maddie trade. She wanted them to switch who they were guarding.
And they did. Ely was having to guard a guard out front, and they switched just before that ball was knocked out of bounds.
There she's saying Z, see both. She wants her to see the man and the ball. Kind of got to look with your peripheral vision. Deny the inbounds pass. They get it inbounds in the corner right now. Addison Yates has it to Husky. Looked like she's going to go straight back to Yates, but instead she starts her dribble on the right wing. They work it back to the top. And now over on the left side is Martin. Bounce pass to the top. Yates, they're going to give her an open three, and she knocked it down. I didn't think she was a three-point shooter. I would have given her the open look, too. But they take a 1-point lead at 19-18. Z McAllister had the screen left. Started back right, gets it to Ely. They'll swing around left side. Faking the three was Myers. She's going to get in the corner to Davis. Uses a screen back to the top. This is Ely. Leave her open. 18-footer. Rattles in. 18.
A couple of shots like that's going to open up that middle.
Here's the pass. A couple passes ahead now, and they had a 2-on-1. Did they throw it away? It's saved inbounds. No, it's not. Doesn't matter. If they saved it, there was two Lady Cyclones there. Well, that wasn't in the backcourt, but still the pressure defense caused that turnover, I believe. Z McAllister will bring it up the floor for the Lady Cyclones. 4:43 left to play, third quarter. Russell leading by a point. Z just dribbling around, loses man, knocks down the 18-footer. That's her first bucket of the game. Person guarding her, Tongue had to be dragging the floor there off the being exhausted, and Z denying the inbounds pass, knocked it out of bounds. We'll do it again. Husky gets it inbounds this time to Martin. They trapped her in the corner. One pass to Husky and a steal now. Great steal by Z, and she found Howerton underneath for the layup.
Howerton was the first one to knock that ball to Z, and then back to Howerton and scored. Isn't that the way it happened?
Yeah, she caught it, and almost a no-look thing where she caught it and threw it immediately underneath, and that's attacking as soon as you get the ball. Gives Z the assist. Howerton gets the bucket. She's got 5 points. Lady Cyclones now have taken a 5-point lead at 24-19. This is a full timeout, but Lady Cyclones staying out on the floor. Coach White, pretty good player in her day, is wanting to show exactly what she wants done. She's a first All-American for Arkansas Tech. She hates that when I say that because it makes her sound old. And she's staying out on the floor, kind of like Eddie Sutton would pull. Lady Cyclones leading by 5, 24-19. 4:20 left to play here in the third quarter. Remember, we have senior boys action coming up after this. Lady Bombers, Dale Leonard just used his timeout, and they said all he had left was a full timeout. He's got 2 more after this. And I think he could sense that momentum was on Lady Cyclone's side. And I'm telling you, they have not been able to handle the pressure. They couldn't handle it in the first quarter. They have not been able to handle it here in the second quarter.
And they're having to take the ball out underneath the goal, so not a good place to take it out for the Bombers.
Yeah, it's after a made basket. They can run the baseline, but they don't. They get the ball inbounds to Yates, double team, pass ahead in the front court. This is number 22. The trap is going to lead to an interception by Michaela Ely. Ely will bring it into the front court, and they give it off to Maddie Howerton. She's got a lane open, drives, gets it in the corner to Davis, pulls up, nothing there. Back to Maddie, three-pointer from the left side, off the front of the iron, no good. Yates with the rebound for Mountain Home. Gets it off to Gilbert. She'll cross the timeline. Gilbert, number 22. Lady Cyclones wanting to switch on her. They did. Maddie picks her up on the right wing. Sheds a screen to Yates just inside the three-point line. Remember, she knocked down the three-pointer a while ago. Dribbled down a little too far. Gets it out to the top of the key and Penn. Penn on the right side. Back to Gilbert. Penn caught it. I think they're trying to throw it to Martin. She hands it off to Emma Martin, number 24. 3:32 left to play. Third quarter. Lady Cyclones lead by 5. They go inside. That was a mistake. Ely was waiting on it. Gets the second interception. And running the floor, the Lady Cyclones have Anna Myers hitting the layup after the great pass from Z McAllister.
Whatever Coach White told them to do during that timeout, apparently they're doing it correct.
Almost a steal there. Lady Cyclones lead by 7. Here's a breakaway, a 2-on-1. Yates hitting the layup. Addison Yates has their 5 points of this half. 26-21, Lady Cyclones still lead. Briefly had the 7-point lead, their largest of the game. The Lady Cyclones on the attack, and it will catch Mountain Home almost like their feet were stapled to the floor. Z needs some help, gives it off to Ely, caught it behind her, pulls up from the left elbow, shot no good. Myers there getting a rebound, pretty good position, dribbles around right side, missed the shot, Yates has it. And Mountain Home, let's see, will be fouled in the backcourt. This is going to be on Michaela Ely. I think, I have her for one.
That's her first.
First team foul on the Lady Cyclones. Each team with just one. And on this inbounds pass, Coach White warning pressure in the backcourt. Martin catches it. She's trying to go back to Husky, but Husky was talking to somebody down the floor, and they finally get it to Husky, number 10. You see the trap coming. They're caught. The ball deflected, picked up by Z. Bounce pass ahead to Kara Davis, and charge is going to be called.
I think
Kara Davis.
I think that the other referee knows that might have been a mistake.
That's number 3 on Kara. She's the one that deflected the ball, too, before Z got it. 26-21, Lady Cyclones. Court. Boy, the pace has changed because of the pressure defense by Russell here in this third quarter. Yates gets it ahead to Leah Jackson, who's back in the game. She knocked down a 3 in the second quarter, but passes up, and eventually Martin has it. Emma working against McAllister. Work around the screen, gets it to Foreman, who's way away from the basket. Leah Jackson thought about a 3. Really thought hard about that one before passing on it. Minute 50 left to play, and illegal screen is going to be called on number 30, Addison Yates. That'll be her first. And the second team foul on the Lady Bombers.
That might have been a payback for us on that other call.
Yeah, I didn't think there was much there, to be honest with you. Maddie Howerton in the front court. Lady Cyclones winning the tempo battle and winning the battle the second half. They trailed by 3 at halftime. They lead by 5 here. Maddie will use the screen, dribble left side, wide open from left side. Shot will not go. Foreman with the rebound. Trying to find somebody. She almost threw it away. It was saved by Husky before it went out of bounds. Her pass deflected by Davis. A scramble for it. Mountain Home with it. They threw an interception to Davis. Davis in the front court, a 3-on-2. Coming down the middle of the lane, layup. And lost out of bounds. Last touch by Davis. It'll belong to the Lady Bombers.
Davis should have dropped that ball off to Myers, who was right there beside her, and let her put it up. She was too far underneath the basket.
Yeah, if you're going to dump it off, there's a point there, point of no return, where you better take it yourself. And she got a little too deep on that one. A minute 8 left to play here in the third quarter. Coach White really working the officials. The ball's lost out of bounds, belong to Russell. She's really working this official on this side.
Well, this is a pace that Mountain Home Lady Bombers do not want, but they're trapped in it. They've got to stay with the Lady Cyclone.
Here's a foul on the inbounds pass. They try to go to Howerton. It's a nice idea by Husky, but she's going to be fouled. And I think Mountain Home thought it was going to be a foul on Howerton because they reacted very poorly when they signaled it. So they were thinking it was going to be the other way.
Howerton still had her hand on the ball.
Z McAllister used the screen, looking like she's going to go the other direction. Beats her man off the dribble, right side. Smart play by Z. She pointed left side, said set the screen here, and then she went right. Faked everybody out. 7-point lead once again for Lady Cyclones. Trust me, they have the Mountain Home as a basketball coach White in our way. They get across the timeline. Husky has it right side, lobs it inside, off the hands of Foreman, out of bounds, and they're going to say who? They say Russell touched it, and it'll belong to Mountain Home.
I think Anna touched it just before it went out of bounds. And I'll say good call by the official.
On the right baseline, Leah Jackson will inbound it. Looking, gets in the corner. Martin threw it too hard for it was, hit her in the shoulder. Turns around, gives it to Husky on the right side. Foreman calling for it inside, but they haven't gotten to her yet. Here's a drive by Yates,
good
and
block.
a foul is going to be called on who? It'll be a 2-shot foul for Yates, but
good
we'll
block.
see it's going to be on number 25, Anna Myers. That'll be her third. Addison Yates going to go to the free throw line for the third time. She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line.
Couldn't tell. Anna might have got her with her body, but as far as the ball, she had the hand on the ball. In fact, you could hear that.
Free throw is good by Yates, 28-22. Lady Cyclones lead it by 6 with 23.3 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Second free throw good. So 28-23 our score. Russell leads by 5. Walker in the front court. Takes it all the way. A shot from left side, no good. Rebound, fought for. Jackson has it and gets it away to Martin in the backcourt. That time, the Lady Bombers tried some pressure in the backcourt and almost led to a Lady Cyclones made layup. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Yates at the top of the key. Spin at the free throw line, just threw it up, and it was an air ball. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Lady Cyclones, very good quarter. They started the third quarter trailing by 3, and they leave the quarter leading by 5. So an 8-point turnaround for Rossville. Wasn't just the points, it was the pace of play, and you could tell that Mountain Home was exhausted and probably pretty happy to get through that and out of this third quarter for them. But a great quarter for Lady Cyclones.
It was a good quarter. They only 0 for 1 from three-point line, but they didn't need that because of the pressure that's being put on by that full court press, and it was a good pressure. It was a tight pressure put on. Easy to get your hands on the ball and cause a deflection or something like that to throw the ball away or even to intercept the ball. So just good, tight defense by the Lady Cyclones.
Anna Myers with 5 points in that quarter. Zee McAllister 4 points in that quarter. Really helped the Lady Cyclones get that lead. As we start the fourth quarter, Anna Myers has 9 points but 3 fouls. 6 points for Kara Davis. 5 points for Maddie Howerton and 4 points for Zee McAllister and Michaela Ely. Kara Davis also with 3 points. I'm sorry, with 3 fouls. That's something we'll have to keep our eye on. Lady Cyclones will have the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. They'll inbound it on the far side. It'll be Kara Davis, Zee McAllister, Maddie Howerton, Anna Myers, and Michaela Ely on the floor for Russellville. Russellville leads at 28-23. Final quarter of play. Zee McAllister working right side. Last time she beat her man and had an easy layup. Little give and go action, pass deflected and intercepted by Foreman. She deflected it and caught it. She's going to have to dribble with it. Picks up her dribble, almost to travel, threw it backwards. And they get it in the front court. Husky beats around, Kara Davis beats her around the edge. Airballed the shot. Zee with the rebound. McAllister, a little stop and go to avoid pressure. Pass ahead to Howerton, who gets it to Ely in the corner about 18 feet away. Thought about it, not going to shoot it just yet. Gives it off to Zee on the left side. They know Zee's range. They're out on her. In the corner here, Anna Myers' three-pointer won't go. Off the rebound, we have a foul on who? This will be on Kara Davis off the push-off, and that's 4 fouls on her. So she's going to have to come out, and Blakely Walker immediately to the scorer's table, number 21. And the Lady Bombers had the rebound, and I think they called her for the push-off on that. Foreman, long pass deflected and still bouncing. And let's see what happens. Was it out of bounds or foul? Just out of bounds off Mountain Home. I think that might have been off Russellville had Mountain Home just let it go.
Yeah, Howerton was looking to go after the ball, but Mountain Home player came in there and knocked her down and touched the ball before it went out.
I thought Myers would have been the last person to touch it. Walker works to the top to the free throw line now. No, the backdoor cut wasn't there. Smart play by not passing by Blakely. Zee trying to go inside, ball intercepted. And Myers is wanting a foul call. She's staying back talking to the official. Here's a three-point try from the right side. Knocking it down is Peyton Husky. Her first points of the game. And a good time for them because it cuts the lead down to 2. Lady Cyclones leading 28-26. 6.5 to go. Set a screen for Zee to the free throw line in the corner. Walker, three-pointer, won't go. Rebound. Does Myers have it? She does from the right side. Shot up and in. Boy, flat shot, but she put it off the glass, and she's in double figures for Russellville. 11 points for Anna. The Lady Cyclones lead by 4. Couple passes still in the backcourt. Still in the backcourt with 4 passes. And now they'll dribble across the timeline. Emma Martin picked up by Maddie Howerton. 6 minutes left to go in the game. Russellville leads by 4. Martin to the left wing. One-handed pass to the top. Husky open for 3. No good. Long rebound. Howerton had it. Knocked away. And then knocked away again. We got a foul. Reaching foul on who? Anna? Please not. It is.
It is.
Anna Myers with 4 fouls.
How did they see that far away?
Tanika Boyce will check in. Maddie Howerton is out. Anna Myers will check in. Velasquez in. Myers out, Velasquez in. Off the inbounds pass, they get it to Martin on the left side. Still with the dribble to the top. Almost looked like he hit a pebble or something. The ball just bounced away from her. She still has it. Picks it up a dribble, gets it to the top of the key, and Kate Gilbert, who has not scored, working left side to Foreman on the baseline. Nice little move. Just throws something off. Hits the top corner of the backboard, though. Gets a rebound, puts it up and in. Good grief. Anna Grace Foreman with 7 points. It's back to a 2-point lead for Russellville, 30-28. 5:18 left to play here in the ball game. Sarah Velasquez on the left wing. Looked like she was going to go back towards the top. Worked at baseline, picked up a foul on Mountain Home. This will be on number 30, Addison Yates, her second. And the 14th foul on Mountain Home. Lady Cyclones inbounded on the baseline. Z McAllister looking it over. We'll get it to Ely. She steps inside, calling for it. Ely didn't hear it. Dribbles to the lane, shot up, no good. There with the follow is Tanika Boyce. She was knocked to the floor. Ball almost went in. It's going to be on number 24, Emma Martin, but a great offensive rebound by Tanika Boyce.
She did a good job getting position to get that rebound. That's what you need.
Free throw by Boyce rattles in. Her first point of the game. The Lady Cyclones lead by 3. Leah Jackson, 3-point specialist, back in the game for Mountain Home. Second free throw by Tanika, good. That makes it a 2-possession game. Important play. Russell going to pressure in the backcourt. Husky has problems getting in. A bounce pass into Jackson. Back to Husky. Working right side. Long pass, cross-court pass in the backcourt. They get it ahead. Nice pass underneath. Yates open from the baseline is good. Great pass from Gilbert. Lady Cyclones lead by 2 once again, 32-30. Z McAllister on the left side. Running for a screen. She wanted set by Ely. Get off to Velasquez. Velasquez will drive left side, turns around, flings it out to Z McAllister. Lady Cyclones not in a hurry. Don't have to be. They have the lead. 32-30 with 4.5 to go. Ely at the top, thinking about the three, or at least making them think that she's thinking about it. Pulls up from 15, no good. With the rebound is Yates. Yates going to get a foul called, hand check foul called on who? Two officials had it. It's going to be on number 0, Sarah Velasquez, her first. And the 16 foul on the Lady Cyclones. The next one will put Mountain Home on the free throw line.
Don't care about that foul if they call it both ways.
Inbounds pass comes to Husky. Lady Cyclones lead is 2. Number 22, Kate Gilbert with it, has not scored in this game. Working on Boyce. It was closer to left side in the corner now to Foreman. Looking, long cross-court pass is deflected out of bounds by Z McAllister, and that's not a cross-court pass you want to make. Almost from corner to corner. That's just begging to get intercepted. Mountain Home's lucky that ball didn't get picked off.
Yeah.
Myers and Davis checks in, replacing Velasquez and Walker. 4 minutes exactly left to play here in the ball game. Lady Cyclones lead is 2. Inbounds pass comes to Jackson in the corner. Z on her. Remember, Kara Davis with 4 and Anna Myers with 4. You got to be careful. Foreman lost her dribble, and I don't know why you take one dribble and pick it up. She did. Almost paid for it. Husky flings it over Jackson. Wide open from 3. This one won't get the bounce. Hit the rim 3 times. There's Myers with the rebound. Standing the ground. Long pass ahead to Z McAllister. Coming in left side. Layup is good. Big layup there, and Lady Cyclones up 2 possessions here, 34-30. Good job by Miners finding the outlet. There's a pass ahead from Yates and gets it off to Gilbert. Gilbert, nice feed underneath Foreman, shot up and in. Quick shot off the glass. She's got 9. Lady Cyclones lead is 2, 34-32. Anna Myers pulls up, 15-footer, good. Anna Myers trying to take over this game with the defensive rebound and assist on the last play. She gets the bucket there. She's got 13. Russellville's lead is once again 4. 2:49 left. They got to get near the 10-second count. They're still in the back court. This is where you need a shot clock so you can see as a fan when the 10-second count gets close. Yates picks up her dribble, gets it. 15 feet away, they give it underneath to Foreman, who had worked herself wide open. She's got 11 with that made basket. A timeout by Mountain Home. They have 1 more left. Lady Cyclone Lead is 2, 36-34.
Well, what Anna Myers and Davis has to do, be very careful when you're in there. You get, as you said, each of them's got 4 fouls. You can't be reaching in. You can't be slapping at the ball. You can't be reaching over anybody. Even though you don't touch them, just the act of doing that catches the official's attention, and you can get a call, foul. And if it does, that's going to be the 5th one and you're out of game. So you got to be very careful in how you guard and how you maneuver with 4 fouls.
Lady Cyclones leading at 36-34, 2:34 left. Russell still with 5 timeouts, 1 timeout left. You usually see teams, when they don't have the lead, take timeouts as soon as they make a basket. You know, I think you got momentum, you keep that going, but it's the trend, and it has been for the last few years. You take that timeout, set up defense, but I never really understood it. After a made basket, sometimes you can get a cheap steal, and the other team not having time to think about it.
I thought the Bombers were going to come down and set up a full court press.
That's what I thought.
They were moving down, but they've decided to pull back on it just a little.
Lady Cyclones get it inbounds easily, leading by 2 here. Z McAllister on the left wing will use the screen. They make the switch, Mountain Home does. Left side, Ely. She's going to take a 3-pointer and banks it in.
Wow.
It's a good thing you don't have to call that. It counts 3. Boy, don't play horse with her. That's 7 points. Lady Cyclones lead by 5. Faking the 3 as Gilbert steps inside, pass underneath the Yates. Turnaround jumper won't go. Boyce has a rebound on the backside. Coach White wants her to slow it up a little bit. She stood up holding both hands up, saying stop, stop.
Be careful.
Yeah,
Be careful.
and Tanika almost lost the ball on it, just not knowing what the other was doing, and Coach White calling a timeout, using her first time. That's a good timeout. She's taking a 30-second timeout here. That could have been a steal because they didn't know who was setting the screen, what we were doing there, and she's going to get everybody on the same page.
Yeah, and that's a smart call by her just to do that, just to remind him you got to watch your pass. You're a minute and 44 seconds away from a victory. Don't want to do anything foolish. Watch your passes. Make sure you get good passes to the people. Don't fake each other out. That's the worst thing you can do.
Minute 44 left. Over on our Facebook page, I saw Lance Infield. He's a graduate of here, and he said he wished he had this arena back in the 90s. Yeah, you know, I agree with you. It's kind of a trade-off, though. It's not near as loud as it was back in the old gym, but, boy, I sure do like air conditioning. Because it sure got hot in the Terror Dome. Lady Cyclones leading at 39-34 with the basketball. Kara Davis, again, with 4 fouls. Anna Myers with 4. Right now, we just want to get the ball inbounds. And Davis needs some help. Hey, remember, Mountain Home's got to foul 3 more times before they can put Lady Cyclones on the free throw line. There's a little give and go between Davis. Nice pass underneath. Myers missed a layup. On the rebound is Foreman. They get it off to Martin. Lady Cyclones blew an opportunity there to go up by 7. Husky in the front court, gets it right wing. This is Gilbert working on the baseline. Had the ball taken away as it was knocked away by Myers, and they get the steal back. A block from behind by Z McAllister. Who are we getting the foul called on here? It'll be on Z from behind. That'll be number 2 on her, the 7th team foul. So it's a shooting foul anyway. Would have been a 1-and-1. And number 22, Kay Gilbert, who has not scored in this game, is going to go to the line and shoot 2. First free throw is good.
We've got to watch our passes underneath. That's just, Coach White just got through saying that, and then we get so fast in what we're doing, and you got to slow down.
She just told the team, she says, we got timeouts, we need them. Second free throw was missed, so it's still a 2-possession game. It's a 4-point game. Kara Davis had it knocked away, still in the backcourt. Double team, gets it off to Z. Z in the front court. Pass ahead to a wide open Myers. Layup good. Great find by Z McAllister, and Myers with 15. Lady Cyclones lead by 6 with a minute left to play in the game. Gilbert stops, pass, intercepted. Davis ahead. It's a 2-on-1, and Z's going to do the smart thing and circle it back out. And remember, Mountain Home's got to foul 3 times before they can put Russ on the free throw line. Check that 2 more times. There's 5 fouls. So there's the 6th foul. That's number 2 on Peyton Husky. So with 47 seconds, let's see if we can run a little bit of time before they foul us again. Leah Jackson will check in, replacing Yates. Kara Davis will inbound it with Emma Martin on her. Gets a bounce pass into Z McAllister. They're not going to foul her. Off to Davis. Now to Ely. They still haven't fouled. We're 2 possessions, and let's see. A foul's going to be called on Foreman. That's number 3. Boy, if I'm down 2 possessions, I'm fouling a little quicker than that. But I don't think they were trying to foul even on that.
No.
That's going to put Michaela on the free throw line for the first time. She's got 7 points. Ely, number 35. Hit the first one, so earns the bonus. She has 8. 40 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. Russellville leading 42-35. Remember, we have senior boys action coming up after this. Second free throw, won't get the bounce. Jackson with the rebound. Almost a steal by Ely there. Jackson in the front court. Russellville still pressuring. Let's see. Just threw it up, and no call with a lot of contact. Could have gone either way. The ball was saved in bounds by Myers. Z in the front court. As a foul called on they foul Z McAllister. It's going to be number 5. Yeah, it is. It's going to be on Lee Jackson, her second. Leah Jackson, who's usually shooting the threes, there has been this game, went inside there and got a little too deep on the shot. Z McAllister, free throw will not go. And Coach White is saying no threes, no threes. Stop the basketball. Jackson, 3-pointers. Going to be an air ball. Z McAllister with the rebound, foul in the backcourt, and that might be the nail in the coffin there. Up 7 with 15 seconds left. You go to the free throw line, I'm going to call it.
Soon as Jackson shot that, you could see a high arching shot, but just too much distance on it.
Lady Cyclones ice cold in the first half, trailed by 3 that third quarter. They turned it around, took a 5-point lead at the end of the third quarter, but really changed the tempo of this game. It was 16-13 at halftime. And Lady Cyclones more than doubled their score in that third quarter. Second free throw won't go. Mountain Home with the rebound, but the Lady Cyclones lead by 8. Still with their pressure defense. Here's an interception by Kara Davis. Russell's not playing prevent, are they? Here's a pull-up jumper by Ely, won't go. Rebound comes to Jackson, and they're the ones supposed to be playing like that. You know, the pace there, the Lady Cyclones played like they were behind. That's how they played the pace, and it worked to their advantage. The Lady Cyclones win it by a score of 43-35. Lady Cyclones stop a 4-game losing streak. Needed this because they're going to break for a week now. And, boy, when you have a break like that, you don't want to lose because you're sitting there for 7 days thinking about it. And so very important win for many reasons. Lady Cyclones pick up the victory here, 43-35. Your thoughts on the game?
Well, it really wasn't the shooting that brought the Lady Cyclones back. It was that defense, pressure defense, and then moving the ball up very quickly. Just got the Lady Bombers out of rhythm. They just had a hard time really controlling the pace of this game. In fact, they lost it. And I think the Lady Cyclones just literally wore them down. We were 2 of 9 from three-point line and 5 of 10 from free throws. Not that good for free throws. I'm sure Coach White will talk about that as time goes on, but just good pressure defense is what won this for the Lady Cyclones.
Yeah, even when we didn't get the steal, we were making them play faster than they wanted to, and that wears them down in the fourth quarter. I mean, sometimes, you know, you don't see it until the fourth quarter, but that fatigue really sets in.
The fatigue sets in, and plus you start thinking, if I'm going to get the ball, I want to get the ball to help bring it down, but when I do, they are going to double team me. And you start thinking about that, and you kind of start acting away from the natural way you would act.
Well, and I mean, I'll even say at times it wasn't just the pressure defense. Lady Cyclones had that mentality, and at times you'd want them to pull back a little bit when they had the basketball and didn't have to rush shots. But that was almost a byproduct of the way they were playing, and they were playing aggressive, not just on defense, but in all facets of that game in that second half. And get this, Lady Cyclones had 13 points at halftime. They scored 30 in the second half. They scored 15. They better than doubled their score in just the third quarter. and Lady Cyclones win it by a score of 43-35. We'll give you the scoring totals. The Lady Cyclones only had one person in double figures. That was Anna Meyer. She had 15 points. At the end of the first quarter, at halftime, she only had 4. She scored 11 points in the second half, and bouncing out, being in foul trouble with 4 fouls. Good job by Anna. 8 points for Michaela Ely. Z. McAllister played a great game, 7 points, but numerous assists, steals, making some good decisions there. Kara Davis getting a start tonight. She had 6 points. 5 points from Maddie Howerton. Tanika Boyce with 2 real big free throws at the time there in the fourth quarter, and that rounds out the scoring for the Lady Cyclones. For Mountain Home, they had 2 players in double figures. Addison Yates had 12. Anna Grace Foreman with 11 points. She did a good job underneath for Mountain Home, picking up a lot of those garbage buckets. 5 points for Emma Martin, 3 points each for Leah Jackson and Peyton Husky, and 1 point for Kate Gilbert. Mountain Home falls to 6-4 on the season. The Lady Cyclones improved to 5-4. The Lady Cyclones' next game will be Thursday night. It's the first round of the Hoops for Hunger Classic here at Cyclone Arena. They'll have the next to last game of the day as they take on the Lady Mavericks of Fort Smith Southside. Great win for the Lady Cyclones.
It was a good win, and they just did a great job really putting that first half behind them, coming out really with a different plan, a different ball game for that second half, and that's what won it for them.
The Lady Cyclones, as we said, moved to 5-4 on the season. We turn our attention now to the senior boys. We're going to do a pause here, and we'll be back in a couple minutes and be ready with the pregame show for the senior boys. As of right now, we're going to keep it on the same video strand. Unless we experience technical difficulties, we're just going to keep it right here. So we'll be back in a couple minutes, so you can, while you're waiting, enjoy the Cyclones with their pregame warm-up. Welcome back. We're getting ready for senior boys action. Cyclones, who mentioned the girls were on a 4-game losing streak. The boys on a 3-game losing streak. Their games were closer than the girls have been. Of course, remember they lost on a free throw with 3 seconds left a couple games ago. They got beat by Cabot by 10, but it was a close game, and Trey Allen fouling out on a questionable charge call, and Allen fouling out with 17 points in that game. Cyclones, though, they need a win, too. I mean, winning can cure a lot of things, and Cyclones want to get back into the win column with a victory tonight. And, Russ would like to do that before the Christmas break, too, heading into the Hoops for Hunger tournament.
Well, having a win before you go into a tournament is always a good thing. It kind of keeps the momentum going. Practices are a lot better. With a loss, you try to get that out of your mind first and just say, hey, it's a new ball game. New season with a tournament. You can look at it that way, but you can't dwell on the past. If you do, you start thinking about that. It affects your shots. It affects the way you play. It affects the way how aggressive you are. If you think, man, what happened last ball game? Well, this is a different ball game, different opponent, different officials, and you go out and you just play the best that you can and do the things that the coach has told you to do, and the natural things that your body will let you do, and you're going to come out a winner. Many of the time, you'll come out a winner.
Mentioned a 2-game losing streak. I said 3-game. It's actually a 2-game losing streak. They defeated Shiloh Christian there in that Cyclone Classic. Lost to Bentonville West in the Cyclone Classic. Did not play the 3rd game. Lost to Cabot 51-41 about a week and a half ago. And Russell anxious to get back in the win column. They're taking on a Mountain Home basketball team who's struggling a little bit. 2-6 under Coach Josh Fulcher, and they're struggling some coming into this game, and they're thinking the same thing, I'm sure. Hey, we need a victory. We need to pull out all the stops. They played some really tough competition, though. They have lost some close games. Their last loss was a 3-point loss to Subiaco Academy, good team that we saw here in the Cyclone Classic. They defeated Riverview easily, 46-37. Bentonville West, a team that Russell lost to, 53-48. They lost to Van Buren by a point, lost to PA. So they've had some close games. Lost to Little Rock Catholic by 3. So when you see 2-6, you think, oh, okay, we got this game easy. But they've lost a lot of close games. Their biggest loss is only 13 points, and they lost that to Harrison, 55-42. So it's they definitely have the Cyclones' attention, especially after a week and a half off that Cyclones had to deal with. After this, Russellville will have a week off before they get to play in the Hoops for Hunger tournament.
Well, and if you look at Mountain Home on paper, and we have to see who the starting lineup is, they're a little bit taller, a little bit bigger than the Cyclones. So we're going to have to play smart defense and get in position for those offensive rebounds.
All right, we'll give you the starting lineups as that bell goes off there. For Mountain Home, they're going to start off with Taylon Benton. He's a 5'11 senior. Hunter Brashears, a 6-foot senior. Colton Peters, a 6'1 senior guard. Number 32, Matt Jones. He's just a sophomore, 6'4 sophomore. And Luke Cruz, a 6'3 senior. Russellville going to be introduced. They're going to have Bowen Mathis, Grant Smith, Trey Allen, Ryan Sikowski, and I can't tell who the third guy is. Cade Schaefer, it looks like, will get the start. So a different starting lineup tonight for Coach Pennington and the Russellville Cyclones. We're turning the lights off. We're going through and showing some old photos up on the video board above us. Cade Schaefer hasn't started a game in a little while, and he's getting the start tonight. He is a 6-foot junior. Bowen Mathis, a 6'2 senior. Ryan Sikowski, the 6'4 junior. Grant Smith, he's a 6'4 junior. And then Trey Allen, a 6-foot sophomore. Allen has started every game this season, but I think he's been in foul trouble every game this season. So that's something that Russellville has got to be on their mind, even with the bad call. I mean, we can talk about that bad call, and it was a bad call that fouled him out. But you still have to wonder about, okay, so what do we do moving here? How do we keep ourselves out of that where those bad calls don't hurt us? And so that's something I know Coach Pennington's gone over with his team.
Well, the one thing you want to do is Anytime you got the ball and you drive or you're getting close to the basket, you have got to stay in control of yourself. So as you said earlier, if you're going to drive, make sure you don't charge or pull up and take that 8-foot jump shot.
Paige Schaefer, Trey Allen getting introduced. Russellville going to be in the home whites tonight. Bo Mathis, number 10. This is Matt Kortzmeyer on PA here at Cyclone Arena. Ryan Sikowski, we call him Rhino sometimes. And Grant Smith impressed coaches a few games ago in a JV game, and they put him on the floor of varsity that night. As we said, you get 5 quarters a night. And Coach Pennington in our postgame interview said, we found a basketball player walking off the football field, because Grant Smith is a wide receiver for the football team, number 20 over there on the far side. Good kid, too. Had him in class in junior high. Smart kid, good kid. Mountain Home in their road blues with white and gold trim. They win the toss. And with it on the left side is Colton Peters. They play a little bit more up-tempo than the girls do. They go in the corners, a 3-point try. Bashirs is good. Hunter Bashirs. They lead at 3-0. Trey Allen in the front court for Russellville. Waving people down, looking over this zone. Russellville doesn't see too many zones, and I'll tell you one thing I was getting ready to say. Bo Mathis probably licking his chops when he saw the zone, and he knocks down the 3. If they're going to play zone, they're going to have to extend it out a little bit when Bo gets the ball.
Yeah, that's a 2-3 zone that they opened up in. Of course, that may change.
Yeah, the eyes light up when you're a shooter. Here's a drive, flailing shot, no good. Russell with the rebound. Cade wanting to push up the floor. The lefty gets on left wing. Mathis 3-pointer. This one won't go. There's the follow by Trey Allen. Trey Allen, backside rebound, putting it up and in.
Getting position, getting in close to that basket. And when you do, you're going to score.
Talon Benton with it at the top of the key. Sorry, Talon Benton. Now he has it on the left wing. Cyclones lead at 5-3, scoring the last 5 points there. Matt Jones throws in the corner, goes post up. Underneath is Luke Cruz on his move. We're going to have a foul called, and he's going to go to the free throw line. This will be on number 20, Grant Smith, his first personal foul.
And the foul could have been there. I just didn't see it.
First free throw is good by Luke Cruz.
At the line from Mountain Home, Luke Cruz.
Cyclones lead it by a point. Early going here. Congratulations to the Lady Cyclones if you're just joining us. Lady Cyclones winners, 43-35. Coming from behind. Second free throw is good by Cruz. We're all knotted up at 5 in the early going. Trey Allen will bring it in the front court. We got a mic on Coach Pennington right next to him, so if you hear a voice, that's him. Sometimes we quiet down so you can hear it. Probably what he's saying is a little bit more interesting than what we're saying. Grant Smith in the corner, almost couldn't handle that. Trey Allen open, left wing, 3-pointer is good. It sort of rolls in there. Hey, I got to admit it, when he shot it, I thought it was a little short, but it rolled in. And Russellville leads by Trey. Talon Benton giving it up at the top of the key, and Hunter Bashirs over on the left wing to Jones.
Russellville in that man-to-man.
Faking the 3 is Bashirs. He'll take it baseline. Shot blocked by Sikowski. Allen picks it up. He's coming in from left side. Stops from about 8 feet away. Gets it to Grant. Spin move. Put up and in. And a great job by Trey Allen not getting in there closer to take the charge. We talked about that in the girls' game. He stopped about 8 feet away. He could pull up. He could pass it, but not picking up a charge there.
Well, that's staying in control of yourself.
Colton Peters, number 15, has got a double team on him. Throws in the corner. Here's a 3-point try by Cruz. This one in. The big man knocking down the 3, 6'3". Russellville leads by 2, 10-8. Trey faking the 3, turns around and flips it out to Smith. And on the baseline, Sikowski has it. Spin move, shot on the right block is no good. With the rebound is Colton Peters for Mountain Home. Cyclones lead it by a bucket. Peters in the front court. Looked like they were going to set a screen. They fake it. He's double teamed. Cross court pass. It's caught over here on the left side. And now in the corner to Benton. Benton picks up his dribble, gets it near the half-court stripe to Luke Cruz. He'll work it right side. He's the one that hit the three in the corner just moments ago. They tried to go underneath him. Hit off the backboard. Grant Smith took it, handed it off to Schaefer. Schaefer in the front court, coming in from the left side. That's his natural. Allen, three-pointer, won't go. The Bombers have the rebound. Bashirs gives it off to Benton. Benton was hollering down the floor. Looked like he wanted to get a pass down. Nobody was looking, or the person he wanted to go to didn't have his head up. Benton, a no-look pass down on the right block, shot up and in quickly by Matt Jones, and we're all tied at 10.
Well, that's a good move by the Jones. I mean, he got in close to the basket in front of his defender.
Sikowski on the left baseline, popping free on the left wing is Trey Allen. Fakes it, bounce pass to Sikowski, hit his foot. He had to go to the floor and picked up by Bashirs. Bashirs off to Benton. Benton cross-court pass in the front court on the left wing. Now they go down low to Jones. He's double teamed, kicks it out, three-point try by Cruz. It's in. The big man hitting 2 threes in the first quarter, and the Bombers lead at 13-10. Trey Allen on the right wing. Kordsmeyer will check in at the next dead ball. They make the switch. Somebody's open. Sikowski's open, but Trey beats 2 men and hits a layup.
A little more speed and quickness than what the Bombers thought Allen had. We may see a lot of that tonight.
The Cyclones lead it by a point. Savion Brock's going to check in too at the next dead ball. He played some JV, so he's limited availability tonight. Going to go inside. Nice move in the paint. Off the glass and in. There for Bashirs. I said Cruz. I thought that was Bashirs on it. I thought that was number 3 that got it. That's who I'm giving it to. Sikowski in the corner. They're all over Mathis. I knew they couldn't stay in that zone with Mathis knocking down that 3. Here's a drive. Nice pass, and Smith is going to be hammered. He's going to go to the line. Great pass from Cade Schaefer. That's Colton Peters, his first. Wyatt Gilbert, a 5'10" sophomore, will check in after this first free throw by Grant Smith. Free throw is good. Savion Brock, a 6'6" sophomore, will check in, replacing Sikowski. Kordsmeyer will not check in yet because he's going to go in for Grant. So if Grant makes this one, he'll get to go in. If Smith misses this free throw, Cords will have to wait for the next dead ball. There we go. He hits it. He's got 4 points. He's going to check out. Bryson Kordsmeyer, the 6'2" senior, number 22, will check in. And Russell going to stay with this pace and put some pressure in the backcourt. Russell trailing by a point, 15-14. Now here's a steal by Mathis. No. Knocked it away. Couldn't quite get it. And Cruz, at the half-court stripe, will give it up to Wyatt Gilbert, the 5'10" sophomore. On the right wing, Gilbert, after the double team, bounce pass to Jones. They go inside to Cruz. Turnaround jumper is good. Boy, this Cruz kid knocks down 3, couple threes, and he hits one in the paint. He's already got 10 points, and we're 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Schaefer gets it to Kordsmeyer on the right wing. Cyclones trail by 3. Trey Allen catches it, fakes the 3. Going to take left side. Savion Brock in the corner. Finding Kordsmeyer at the top of the key. Three-pointer. Good! Weston Kordsmeyer with the 3. And we're all tied at 17.
Beautiful shot by Kordsmeyer, top of the key.
That's what he can give you. Minute 38 left to play in the first quarter. I guess at least the in the bench chanting defense and into the game. They're going to go inside. Kordsmeyer tips it away. Allen has it for Russell. Good hands by Cords in the front court. Allen on the right wing getting a pass from Schaefer. Cross-court pass to Mathis. They're in his face. Gives it up to Brock on the left baseline. One dribble off to Cade. Cade gets it back on the baseline. Top of the key. Kordsmeyer once again. No good. Looked good from the shot, though. The long rebound comes to Mathis. He'll pull up on the right wing and knock down the three-pointer. Don't call Kordsmeyer. That was a good shot from the top of the key. You're left open like that.
Oh, yeah, take
off
that.
The back of the iron, but then Russell didn't give up. Kept it alive. And Bowen Mathis with 6 points, and Russell leads by 3, 20-17. It's a pull-up shot. No, but Peters passed on it. Gets it off to Gilbert on the left wing. And at the top of the key is Hunter Bashirs, who has 5 points in this quarter. He'll dribble over to the right wing. Popping free is Jones. Left side Cruz, and he's human. He missed. He got 10 points, but he missed that one. Allen with the rebound. They come in from left side and some contact. Made the shot, but well before the shot. We're going to get a foul called on Hunter Bashirs. If this was the NBA, they would have counted that basket. 26 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Baylor Crecilius, number 10, is checked in. 6'2" senior. Russell inbound on left baseline with 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Inbounds pass comes to Mathis. Mathis will give it off to Schaefer. 18 seconds left. Allen on the right wing. He used the screen set by Brock. Little pick and roll, nothing there. Gave it to Mathis. Mathis pulls up from 15. He'll pass on the shot with 8 seconds left. Mathis with it on the right wing. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Pulls up, three-pointer, won't go, and the rebound out of bounds. Korsmeyer's trying to get in position. I don't think he was expecting the air ball. 0.3 seconds left here in the first quarter. I don't think they're going to get anything off. We've come to the end of the first quarter with the score: Russell Cyclones 20, the Mountain Home Bombers 17. Boy, that was a frantic pace for that quarter. That's I mean, I'm happy this one's over, but the Cyclones with the last 6 points of that quarter to take a 20-17 lead. They trailed 17-14 and a couple threes, one by Bryson Korsmeyer to tie it and one by Bowen Mathis to take the lead. 4 threes for Russell in that quarter.
Well, what I was going to ask you, when was the last time that we saw it in a game with the Cyclones where they shot 8 threes in the first quarter? They made 4 of them. And of course the Bombers, they shot 4 and made 3 of them. But when you're hot like that, you keep shooting. Mathis made his first one, so he keeps shooting. Korsmeyer made his first one. You keep shooting. Trey Allen made his first one. You keep shooting. Don't stop.
Caleb Carter, they just said, is going to shoot a half-court shot at halftime. Caleb, the little brother of Nick Carter. Caleb's a pretty good player, and he's a pretty good shooter. That ought to be interesting to watch. And if we ever see a kid hit a half-court shot, it might be tonight. As we start second quarter, it's going to be Trey Allen, Bryson Korsmeyer, Bo Mathis, Savion Brock, and into the game the first time Spencer Terry, the 5'10 junior. Terry takes the handoff from Allen. Dribbles to the top of the key. The Cyclones leading at 20-17 as we start the second quarter here. And Russell rolling around the three-point line with a couple of handoffs. Here's Allen. He was to the floor. That leaves somebody open. It's Korsmeyer, three-pointer off the front of the iron. No good. Out of bounds. Last touch by Savion Brock to keep that alive for Russellville.
Right. Getting in position.
And it'll be Bo Mathis, the trigger man, on the left wing. I'm sorry, the left baseline. He's looking left wing. As Korsmeyer popped out there instead, he goes near the top to Trey Allen, try with the basketball. Good call. He had a little hop there.
Yeah.
And that turnover goes over to Mountain Home. Cyclones lead it by 3, and Russellville continuing the pressure here. They changed positions a little bit. We see Korsmeyer now on the left instead of the right, but they're keeping it. And a couple of passes, Mountain Home going to be trapped in the backcourt? No, they're going to dribble around it. Gilbert, but he's still being hounded, picks up his dribble, and he needs some help. That half-court line was acting as a third defender. Spin move in the lane, a shot over Savion Brock is good by Colton Peters. It's a 1-point lead for the Cyclones at 20-19. Spencer Terry on the right wing. 7:10 left to play in the first half. Gets it to Mathis. Apologize for some of our video quality. It's off and on tonight. There's a pull-up jumper from 15. It's no good by Mathis. And with the rebound is number 1, Taylon Benton. We're kind of at the mercy of being down in almost a pit like here. And so our Wi-Fi is spotty at times. So that's why it's not our equipment. It's the Wi-Fi issue that we have there. The foul is going to be called on Savion Brock. And he's got 1. And it's going to put Taylon Benton on the free throw line to shoot 2. First free throw's no good. Ryan Sikowski will check in for the Cyclones. He's replacing Brock. In the game for Mountain Home, number 3, Hunter Bashirs. Second free throw is good. We're all tied. Missed the first, the second. We're tied at 20. Spencer Terry gets on the baseline. Sikowski, he's double teamed, needs some help. And Russell turns the ball over on the interception. Benton bringing it in the front court. Benton dribbles the left wing, gives it up, sets a pick for Gilbert. Pulls up from the left elbow. 15-footer won't go. Sikowski pulling down the rebound around 2 players, and they get foul called on number 3, Hunter Bashirs. This will be his second, and it'll be the third team foul on Mountain Home.
Well, Bashirs going after the ball, and he had a hold of the ball, but he also had a hold of the wrist of the Cyclone, and they caught him for a foul.
The Lady Cyclone coaches were having an ugly sweater contest. Coach Pennington, he looks dapper. He didn't participate. I think that might have just been a fans and the Lady Cyclone coaches deal. We'll try to show you some of that at halftime. Some fans wearing some sweaters that even light up. We're all tied at 20. 6:10 left to play here in the first half. Cyclones have struggled here in the second quarter. They've gone 2 minutes without scoring. Bryson Korsmeyer catches the pass. Nice drive to the basket and hit the layup.
Korsmeyer got hit by the time he got the ball, but kind of like a football receiver. He held onto the ball and took it in for a layup.
He gives the Cyclones a 2-point lead, 22-20. Cruz, he's been the scoring machine for them, and he's going to get fouled on his way to the basket. It'll be on the floor because he dumped it off on the baseline to Priscillius. That'll be on Spencer Terry, his first, and the third team foul on the Cyclones. Yeah, Luke Cruz in that first quarter had 10 points. Trey Allen for Russell had 7 points in that quarter. 6 for Mathis. Here's a 3-point try, no good. Ball tipped, and Korsmeyer has the rebound. Well, Bryson already, one of his best games this year, and we're not even to the half. He catches it, left him open. He's going to take it down all the way, missed the shot. There underneath is Smith, and he's going to get the foul on the follow. It's going to be on Luke Cruz.
I'd like to see a little more fouls on Cruz. Get him out of there. But good, aggressive offensive rebound by Grant Smith.
Yeah, it started with Korsmeyer, his aggressive drive, and then Smith following it, and not just catching it, going right back up with it, drawing the foul. He's going, he's got 5 now with that made free throw there, and Russell leads at 23-20. Grant Smith, second free throw is good. Perfect from the line. 4 for 4. He's got 6 points. Russell staying in that back court. Gilbert with it. Lobbed over the double team to Benton. Benton back to Gilbert. Gives it across the timeline with a bounce pass to Benton. Benton takes it left side. A little scoop layup shot. No good. Ball tipped. And was that Peters? No. It's underneath. It's Matt Jones. They got the follow. 20-22. The Cyclones lead it by 2. Sikowski turns around trying to give it to Korsmeyer. He finally does on the right wing. Cross-court pass. He'll swing it around in the corner to Terry. Terry gets it to Korsmeyer at the top of the key. Looking inside, nothing there. Nobody's posting up down low. There's a 3-point try by Korsmeyer. This one grazing the iron. No good. Rebound comes to Priscillius. Cyclones lead it by 2, 24-22, 4:33 left. Gilbert in the corner faking the 3 is Priscillius. Back to Gilbert. They'll try the right side this time. Cyclones in the man-to-man defense. Here's a drive underneath. Peter too hard off the backboard. A follow shot is good by Jones, and we're all tied. 24-24. 4:14 left to play here in the first half. That squeaking sound is Brock. He's getting his sneakers ready for when he checks in at the next dead ball. Grant Smith catches on the right wing. Russell going to have 4 players coming in at the next dead ball. Almost entire new team. 3:50 left to play in the first half. Trey Allen lobs it for Sikowski in the lane. Shot up by Allen. Sikowski's first bucket.
Yeah, very soft shot.
Russell not pressuring in the backcourt here. Catching it is Peters. He's near the top. He's going to drive down the middle of the lane. Here's it like a halfback, whether he shoots it or passes it. But when he's driving, here's a pull-up jumper in and out by Benton. Allen skying to get the rebound. Players on the floor, but Allen, he's out of the pack down the other side. Spin move, throws it, goes off the hands of Grant Smith. I don't think Grant was ready for it. So Bo Mathis in, Cade Schaefer in, Savion Brock in, and also in the game for the first time, Nicholas Carter, the 6-foot junior. The only player staying on the floor. Now check that. They pulled Savion Brock back. So Grant Smith and Sikowski staying on the floor. So Brock will go back to the bench. I think that what they're thinking is if he plays in the second quarter here, we only have him for one more quarter. So he's that's because the JV rule. He played two quarters of the JV. So he's only allowed 3 quarters for varsity. So I think that's why Coach Pennington pulled him back. Nice pass on the baseline by Cruz. A shot, though, blocked by Smith, and picking it up is Mathis with the defensive rebound. Schaefer in the front court on the right wing. Bounce pass on the baseline. Sikowski gives it back to Cade. They'll swing it around left side. Carter's a threat to shoot it from out there, but he turned and fired it to Smith. They'll swing it around back on baseline. Here's a nice job by Sikowski and a nice job by the entire offense moving the basketball.
And the ball never touched the floor. That's what's good about it.
I think everybody touched the basketball on that offensive possession. And a little better than 15-footer for Sikowski, and Russellville leads it by 4. Here's a pull-up jumper by Cruz over Sikowski, rolls in, out, and Smith with the rebound. Kay Schaefer coming into your picture. Cross-court pass, gives it to Mathis. Mathis fakes a 3, drives, dump, tried to go underneath Sikowski. I think he thought it was going to be blocked. That's why he passed it. Had he known that Mountain Home was not going to go up for it, he probably would have put it up himself.
Yeah, go ahead and take that ball to the basket.
Well, I don't blame him, because if they were going to block my shot, that's one thing you don't want is your shot blocked, and I thought they were going to. And 2:07 left to play in the first half. 28-24, Cyclones leading it. And let's see, that timeout taken by Mountain Home. Okay, Russell still has all 5 timeouts. Coming up at halftime, we're going to talk to you about the Hoops for Hunger tournament. Focus a little bit more on the boys' side. And Cyclones quickly back out on the floor after this 30-second timeout, even before the buzzer. They're ready to go. It's Mathis, Sikowski, Carter, Smith, and Schaefer. One of Schaefer's best friends is in the stands, and he actually plays for Alma.
Who?
Talon Peter.
Oh.
Yeah, he transferred to Alma last year. He's in the stands here, supporting his good buddy Cade Schaefer and the Russell Cyclones. Of course, they're still conference foes, so they'll be playing against each other. Mountain Home with the basketball. Gilbert, lob, trying to Cruz. Alley-oop won't work. It worked everything except they didn't put it in. Russell defended it pretty well.
They did.
Russell leads by 4. Here's a 3-pointer by Mathis. Knocks it down. And Mathis held 3 fingers down around his waist, and that's good. And I tell you, again, they play zone, man-to-man, whatever. They're going to have to get out on Mathis, and 3 times he's burned them. Russell leads at 31-24. Left wing, Colton Peters will swing it around to the right side to Baylor Casilius. Throws it around Carter to Gilbert, taking it right side, shoots it over Smith. Missed the shot, scramble for the rebound, and we're going to get a jump ball call to belong to Mountain Home. As it was Matt Jones and Ryan Sikowski fighting over. It wasn't anything dirty, just looked like they were both going for the basketball.
Yeah, Rhino did a good job hanging in there.
Minute 18 left to play in the first half. Russell leading by 7. Inbounds pass comes in the corner to Cruz. They left him open. 3-pointer is good. Can't leave that go open. He's got 13 points, though. That's his first basket of the second quarter. Russell's done a pretty good job on him after he scored 10 in that first quarter. Here's Mathis, catch and shoot. Open 3-pointer is good. 12 points for Bo Mathis. 4 threes, and the Cyclones lead at 34-27. Once again by 7. Gilbert getting it to the top, and Peters now on the right side to Casilius, working against Nick Carter. Back to Peters, number 15, going down on the block to Matt Jones, and he traveled with the basketball. He caught it kind of one-handed, and he moved his feet and then dribbled. You can't do that. Russell doing all this without Trey Allen, who's just now checked in the game, and Trey Allen's not foul trouble. There's a news flash, and Nick Carter will check out. 37 seconds left here in the first half. Cade Schaefer walking up the floor. You can hear Coach Pennington saying pistol. Calling the play. Schaefer taking it in, double team, cross-court pass to Allen. Now out to Mathis, uses a screen, back to Sikowski, down the middle of the lane, layup is good with 16 seconds left. Good pass from Mathis.
Good pass and a good shot by Rhino.
9 seconds, 8 seconds. Mountain Home in the front court. Russellville leads by 9. Gilbert on the right wing with 3 seconds to the top of the key. Peters, three-pointer, grazing the iron, and we've come to the end of the first half. Russellville leading at 36-27 here at halftime. Well, pretty good first half for Russellville. Remember, near the end of the first quarter, they trailed 17-14. They scored 2 quick threes at the end of the first quarter, one by Bryson Korsmeyer, one by Bowen Mathis. And Russellville led at the end of the first quarter 20-17. They extended that lead out to match to have their largest lead here at the break at 36-27, and the Cyclones lead it by 9 points. They're keeping up with those threes as Mathis hit 2 in the second quarter, and Russellville
from three-point line. When's the last time that you've seen that in the first half?
Well, you try to get. 33% is pretty good. 40% is great. They're going to hit 50%. They're going to win games.
They are, and it's been Mathis who's got 4 of those. Trey Allen has 1. Bryson has 1. But the thing I like about it is it's not only threes, but it's a sharp passing underneath, and it's also going after those offensive rebounds. Grant Smith has given some quality time to Coach Pennington playing in this first half. He's done everything. He's 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He's hit some underneath. He's going after the rebounds. He's got a blocked shot, at least one I know of. So he's doing a good job for Coach Pennington.
He is. The Cyclones lead it here at the end of the first half. We're enjoying the Cyclone dance team, and one in particular I'm kind of partial to. Gets her looks from her mom or dance moves from her dad. So enjoying this. They did this at the end of the first, or at halftime of the girls' game. They're doing it at halftime here. Boys' game, their special Christmas dance. And a lot of reasons to celebrate as Russellville lead here 36-27 in that first half. Bowen Mathis with 4 threes, 12 points for the Cyclones in that first half. Also scoring, Grant Smith getting the start tonight. 6 points for Grant Smith. 6 points also for Ryan Sikowski, and all 6 of his points coming in the second quarter. 7 point, though, for Trey Allen. I skipped him. He had 7. All of those coming in the first quarter, and 5 points for Bryson Korsmeyer. Cyclones, you can see what happens when they can hit some outside shots and they get everything going. They can be a dangerous team. They don't look like a team that's 4-4. And people that have been here last year, the year before, know that Cyclones have struggled at times. And even though they're 4-4 this year, people around here, fans, even was talking to me before the game, saying, "Hey, we're playing better. This is not the same team that we've seen." They really enjoying the defense that Russell's played. And but you know those guys and the coaching staff, they want the wins, but you know what's coming when you watch this team play and how aggressive they are, and it's exciting basketball.
Yes, and the defense has really turned around, and that's what won the girls' game, the first game we saw, and that's what's keeping Russellville in this game is a good defense, along with getting those offensive rebounds.
All right, here's Caleb Carter. Before we go anywhere, half-court shot for Caleb Carter. Oh. Caleb, I bragged on him too. That's Nick Carter's little brother. I say he's a 9th grader. He's actually an 8th grader. My fault. He's a pretty good basketball player too. So,
why don't you get out there and shoot?
No, I embarrass myself.
You wouldn't even have to take a run at it. You just jump straight up and shoot it.
I don't know about that. Russellville Cyclone's going to be taking part in the Hoops for Hunger tournament. We talked to you about this at halftime of the girls' game. We're going to talk to you about it now. We're going to focus on the boys first, though. Russellville going to take on DeQueen. They'll be the last game of the day. This will be December 27th, 2 days after Christmas. And they're getting an ugly sweater contest, and Coach Sherry White is one of the contestants, has to be one of the contestants. So we're going to show you this as we talk about the Hoops for Hunger. Russellville taking on DeQueen, the last game of the first day. Will be 8 games a day on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Russellville will take on DeQueen. Winner loser that game will play the winner loser of Episcopal and 2 Rivers. That's a 5:30 game. Little Rock Catholic plays Pottsville 11:30, and Baptist Prep against Johnson County West Side at 2:30. That's the boys' side, and Baptist Prep has the Kansas commit. So that ought to be pretty exciting to watch. And Russell, if they meet him, would meet him in the championship game. So you can see here, this is Coach Sherry White on the left side. Trey Allen's mom's the one on the right, and Coach Shelby Lewis's wife there in the middle. Hers, yeah, she got some kind of battery-operated thing, and we can't see her shoes yet. She's got presents.
Yeah.
Okay, the Christmas tree. I want to get a shot of her shoes. There you go. They're actually wrapped like they're Christmas boxes on it. So, but the ugly sweater contest has been won, and I think it's $100. And hey, that's not bad to where that won't get $100. So, anyway, we'll switch it back. Russellville, in all honesty, it's looked like it could be Russellville and Episcopal in the semifinals. You don't want to count that, but Russellville's going to get some good competition there in that Hoops for Hunger tournament, and it'd be worth coming out, especially to see Baptist Prep play. On the girls' side, the Lady Cyclones are going to take on Fort Smith Southside. That'll be the next to last game of the day. So basically, look, if you want to come and watch a lot of good basketball action, show up here at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's when the first game goes, and it'll go all day. If you're a Cyclone fan and just want to come see their games, if we're on time, it'll be girls game at 7 o'clock and boys game at 8:30. So Russellville, boys and girls, will play the last two games of the day. Lady Cyclones taking on Fort Smith Southside. Winner loser of that game will play the winner loser of Pottsville and DeQueen. That's a 4 o'clock game. The 10 o'clock game, the first game of the day, sees Johnson County Westside's girls against Two Rivers. Lady Cyclones have played Johnson County Westside and did a good job coming back to win that one. And Charleston has a 1 o'clock game as they take on Little Rock Central. That's the bottom half of the girls. Okay, I'm sorry, of the girls' game. I said that was Coach Lewis's wife. I'm sorry. Tom Scott has just texted me, said that's Ashley Franklin. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to get some people in trouble. And, okay, okay, now I see she's not sitting next to Shelby Lewis. So, well, not that she would because he's in the locker room, but there we go. You know, I don't want to disparage anybody, but she deserved to win. You were something that lights up. You should win. And I've only seen one other. I saw Brett Wilbers over in the student section. I thought it was wearing something that lights up. But now that he looks up, I thought it was Brett Wilbers on his phone. It's actually Dylan Rice, who's on the state champion soccer team. And he's the one wearing the look like pajamas over there. And with his head down, looked like Brett Wilbers' hair. So I apologize. I'm just messing up all over the place. But I'm surprised he didn't come out here because his sweater was lighting up when he was standing up for that game. But I don't know what it is about ugly sweaters. People kind of get into them. And the king of ugly sweaters and ugly Christmas outfits in this district is Will McCarty. He wore a suit. Not just a sweater. He was wearing the pants and the leisure suit that had Christmas trees and Santas all over it. Some ugly, ugly stuff. And I tell you what he did, and the baseball and the softball team did. They had a Christmas series where you had to wear Christmas outfits and play. And the guys actually went full out with the ugly sweaters, and there was a Rudolph playing in the game and different things like that. A 3-game Christmas series. And some good fun by the girls softball and the boys baseball team there the last week, not this week because everybody's getting ready for semester tests this week. So, but everybody getting in the Christmas spirit here. It's easy to be happy right now when the girls had a big win to stop a losing streak and picking up a win, beating a pretty good Mountain Home girls team. Remember that Mountain Home girls team with 6 wins on the season. Lady Cyclones win that game 43-35. Behind double figures from Anna Myers, but really just a different team. The Lady Cyclones forcing the pace of that game, and it wasn't just that the shots were falling. It was that the Lady Cyclones came out, especially in the second half, trailing by 3, and they took that ball game over in the third quarter with the pace and more than doubled their score in the third quarter, winning the game with Anna Myers with 15 and Michaela Ely with 8 and Steve McAllister with 7. It's a good win for the Lady Cyclones.
It was. It was a good win. They just pretty much turned that game around. Here with the Cyclones, they took control in the last part of this first half and got up to a 9-point lead. And not only was it 3-point shooting, but it was controlling the ball. And when I say controlling the ball, I'm talking about their passing and going in and passing off, dropping it off to somebody who had a better shot was what got them this lead. Also, some pressure defense got to them. The Bombers having a little problem with the full court press by Russellville. Will we see it this second half? I think we'll see some of it. May see it for the whole game. I'm wondering how long the Bombers, though, are going to stay in that zone defense, because it has lit up Mathis as far as three-point shooting. And they started out in a 2-3. I think they stayed with it most of the time, but will they continue on? We'll have to wait and see. Cyclones get the ball to start this second half, so we'll see what kind of defense the Bombers will be playing.
They played man-to-man a good portion of that after he had hit a couple, and they were on him, but then they slacked off and he hit 2 threes in that second quarter. He led Russell with 12. 7 points for Trey Allen, 6 points for Grant Smith and Ryan Sikowski, 5 points for Bryson Kordsmeyer. For Mountain Home, they were led by Luke Cruz with 13 points, 3 threes for Cruz. Matt Jones had 6, 5 points for Hunter Bashirs, 2 points for Colton Peters, and 1 point for Taylor Benton. But Luke Cruz, the one that did the damage. Number 40, he's 6'3", he's a senior. He hit the threes, he hit stuff from inside, he got a soft touch on his free throws. Hit something that, and I'll give Coach Pennington credit, he scored 10 in the first quarter, and Russell pretty much shut him down in the second quarter except for that 3 in the final couple minutes of that. And so Russell did adjust to him. But I tell you what, if he's the only guy that's going to beat you, that's fine. But he's something that, boy, got their attention quick with those 2 threes.
And he's got 1 foul on him, which is not enough. We need to jack him up a little bit, get 2 or 3 more fouls on him.
So starting 5 for Russell: Schaefer, Mathis, Smith, Allen, and Sikowski. Russell starts the second half with the basketball. Allen all the way, left-handed finger roll is good. Trey Allen with 9 points off the finger roll, and Russell leads by double digits.
That's what you want to do. Start off with, especially if you get the ball, start off with a score.
There's Luke Cruz. They list him at 6'3". That might be stretching it just a bit. Because Smith is 6'4", and here's a steal by Russellville. In the corner, Sikowski catching it as Schaefer. He needs some help as he's picked up his dribble. They call that dead. If you ever hear him yell dead, dead, that's what they mean. That means he can't dribble. He's got to pass it. Sikowski with it. He's going to shoot the 18-footer. Misses this one. Rebound kept alive briefly by Smith, but Mountain Home has it. Smith going up against 3 players trying to get that rebound for Russellville. Just couldn't hang on to it. Here's a drive by Peters. Tried the no-look pass. He did. Shot partially blocked from behind. I think Mathis got that. Russellville on the move. Schaefer coming in left side. Great pass to Schaefer, and he hit the layup. That's Cade's first field goal, and we have a timeout called by Mountain Home. Their head coach Josh Fulcher ran out on the floor. He was upset about that. I don't know if he's upset as players, the official, or maybe a little bit of both, but Russellville now opened it up. They lead by 13, 40-27.
Well, they've come out and scored when they got the ball, and then Mountain Home turned the ball over. Russellville scores again. So Mountain Home's decided to take a full timeout, and it's a smart move by their coach just to get his team settled down.
Yeah, Russellville with 4 quick points here, and they lead it by 13, their largest lead of the game. Trey Allen, the layup, Cade Schaefer, the layup, but Russellville is a little bit like the girls. They get the turnover and they attack immediately while Mountain Home's kind of on their heels. Mountain Home using their second timeout. They got 3 left. Russellville still with all 5. Remember, Russellville going to be off until a week from tonight when they play the 8:30 game. And to be honest with you, probably going to be running a little late with 7 games ahead of them, but scheduled for 8:30 as they take on DeQueen. There's the sweater lighting up. Walker Payne next to Dillon. Everybody having fun here tonight. It's easy to have fun when you're up by 13, but look, Mountain Home not going to give up.
No, we don't need to let them come back. We need to keep our foot on them.
Yeah, remember they hit 3 threes in the first quarter, so they can do it. Keep our foot on the gas pedal and hope they stay cold. Bashirs in the front court. Get the pass off to Colton. Cross-court pass to Benton. And good hands there by Mathis. He knocked the ball out. They got it underneath, too far underneath for Matt Jones, but he got his own rebound and putting it up and in. Jones now with 8. Stops the bleeding a little bit for Mountain Home, but Russellville still with a double-digit lead at 40-29. Trey Allen beats his man off the dribble, dumped it on the baseline to Sikowski. He leaves it for Cade Schaefer. 3-pointer won't go. Grant Smith fighting, get the rebound as a struggle for it. A jump ball, and it'll belong to Mountain Home.
You have to love Grant Smith. When that ball goes up, he's going for the rebound. He may be the only one, but he is fighting for that rebound.
A little bit of pressure, not as bad with the he can get near the edge. Here's Cruz taking it to the basket. We're going to a bump foul. Boy, he let him play so much, and he called that. Not saying that's not a foul, but all of a sudden we're going to call a little tight. That's number 2 on Grant. That'll be the first foul called. Baylor Casilius will check in, replacing number 32 Matt with 8 points. They'll inbound it on the left baseline. In the corner to Cruz. Cruz lost the dribble. Cross-court pass. Almost went into the backcourt, but it was chased down by Casilius. 5:48 left to play here in the third quarter. Russell leading by 11. Benton driving the basket, airballed his shot, tipped and controlled by Trey Allen. And Sikowski has gone to the floor, and Sikowski is in pain. They've stopped the game, and he rolled around on his back. And I'm hoping he just landed on somebody's foot or something, because sometimes that happens. I hope it's nothing serious. And he's tapping his left knee as Mike Hilton, the trainer, and Coach Pennington is out there looking at him. And I was hoping it was something like he landed on somebody's foot, an ankle, or something like that. And he's still on the bench or on the floor on his backside. And Mike Hilton, the trainer, is taking a look at him. Hilton's at all these events, and works with Lane Physical Therapy and pretty much donates his time, but he's at everything. And he was quickly out on the floor on that. They've straightened his left leg out, taking a look at him. Sikowski, there were 6 points. Bowen Mathis leading the way, has not scored here in the third quarter. Trey Allen and Cade Schaefer hitting a couple buckets. The Bombers have one made field goal with Matt Jones, who's on the bench right now. 5:38 left to play here in the third period. This probably comes at a good time for Mountain Home. I mean, you don't want anybody to get injured, I'm sure, but Russell's got the momentum. He's up now.
And he's walking without, he's walking without assistance. So
yeah, that's good. Little smile by Mike Hilton. That's probably good. We'll be checking on that, letting you know. Not a doctor, but the preliminary thing is good, because if it was something serious, I'd be taking him. Okay, it looks like he's already got a bruise there, so I'm hoping that's all it is. Mm-hmm. Bruise on the inside part of that left knee. But if it was something that they really feared, they'd be taking him back to get x-rays, something like that.
Kortmeyer has come in for him.
We're back to action here. Rhino sits down, then he stands back up, and they are going to take him back, but they're going to take him the long way to the training room. Cruz almost had the steal. They saved it in bounds, but it went to Trey Allen. 5:18 left to play here in the third quarter. Russell leading it 40-29. We hope he's okay, because Sikowski's such an important part of this Cyclone team. Trey Allen beating 2 people all the way, hit the layup and count the basket, and he draws the foul. Boy, he's tough to guard one-on-one, but they put 2 guys on him. He's still faster than anybody.
I think that was on Benton. Yeah, number 1. Benton.
As soon as he gets you on his hip, he's got you beat. And I'm confused why people try to play him that close way out there. I mean, I know he can hit the 3, but he's going to beat you off the dribble. And here he gets the 3-point play, hitting the free throw. He's got 12 points, and Russell leads at 43-29. As far out as he was on the floor, and they came with 2 guys to try to play him. Confusing to me. 14-point lead for the Cyclones. Under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Luke Cruz, haven't heard from him much since he scored 10 in the first quarter. Russell's done a good job on him. He's got 3 points since. Brashears gets on the baseline. Cruz catches it in the lane, shot up and in. Just as I said that, he gets the basket, and he's got 15. Trey Allen in the front court. Mathis trailing him. Will run over left wing. He'll get on the right wing to Schaefer. Bryson Kordsmeyer at the top of the key. He finds Allen and runs over in the right corner. Trey takes to the baseline, spin move, out to Cade Schaefer. Kordsmeyer touch pass on the baseline and back to Schaefer. Schaefer dribbles inside the free throw line in the corner, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound is controlled by Peters. Here's a steal. Grant Smith up off the backboard, no good. Contact, no call. Mountain Home has it. Gilbert in the front court. Could have been a foul there. Russellville leading 43-31. Gilbert double team, gets a pass off to Peters. Peters shot no good. And there's Kortsmeyer with the rebound. Bryson gets it off to Allen. Allen will bring in the front court. Trailing the play is Schaefer. Three-pointer from the left wing is no good. Rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to Mountain Home.
Schaefer shot that right in line with us, and I could tell Schaefer was moving to his right as he released the ball. The ball goes to the right. Anytime you go and shoot a three, you need to go straight up without any movement left or right.
Number 32, Matt Jones, with 8 points, checks into the game, replacing Baylor Crecilius. 3:40 left to play here in the third quarter. The Cyclones lead it by 12. Gilbert faking the three. Russell was late to him. Late getting the Brashears. Three-pointer won't go. Rebound going to be chased down the quarter by Jones. Jones cutting the basket is number 3, Brashears, who gets the layup. Good pass by Matt Jones. It's a 10-point lead for Russellville. Trey Allen dribbles the free throw line, gets in the corner to Kortsmeyer. He drives. A blocking foul is going to be called. Cruz set up to take the charge. He was up way late, though. And Kortsmeyer was already in the air, dumping it off. And since it was a pass, they're going to not give him the shot. And that's number 2 on Luke Cruz.
One of the things Russellville may want to consider is attacking Cruz while he's on defense.
The other coach is upset about that, and he was talking to the official over here. And he thought he was well set. Kortsmeyer gets it to Allen in the corner. He's open. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, still on the ground, loose. Allen has it, and he traveled with the basketball. I'm just seeing that Trey is okay on that, the way he was rolling around. That was kind of scary a little bit. Russellville leading it by 10. Good news, Sikowski come back from the training room. Walking on his own power, they're going to tape his knee.
What Russellville needs to do, be careful with this lead. We don't need to be taking a bunch of shots and trying to get something to happen.
Alley-oop to Cruz. They tried this first time. They missed the layup. This one is a bad pass. And Russellville has it on the steal. And I think Schaefer got hit there. He had to pause for a second. Make sure he's okay. Smith out to Kortsmeyer. Touch pass in the corner now. Mathis starts his drive. Pulls up. 8-footer. Won't go. Rebound tipped around a couple times. Playing volleyball with it. Mountain Home has it. There's Colton Peters. He'll give it off to Gilbert, and they'll walk it up the floor. Sikowski put a little piece of wrapped up tape just under his kneecap, and he's going to go back out there at the next dead ball. I think they'll say it's a contusion, which basically means a bruise. Peters tried to underhand it to Krause. I'm sorry, Cruz. He was setting up to take set a screen. Gilbert in the corner. Cruz calling for it. He's got it at the top of the key. He gets on the right block now to Jones. Jones working against Smith. Shot missed as he got underneath the backboard, but he gets his rebound, follows it, and he's got 10 points, and he's going to go to the free throw line, try to convert on the three-point play, and they're going to say it's on Trey Allen, number 21. That'll be his first and the second team foul on Russellville. Kortsmeyer and Schaefer will check out. Spencer Terry and Ryan Sikowski check in for the Cyclones here. Matt Jones' first trip to the free throw line. Free throw is good. He's got 11, and now Taylon Benton will check in, replacing number 15, Colton Peters. 1:48 left to play here in the third quarter. Russellville's lead. Not double digits anymore. It's 43-36. Russellville leads by 7. Led by as many as 14. Bowen Mathis, three-pointer left wing is good. Well, if there's a way you can hit 5 threes quietly, Bowen Mathis has done just that.
He has.
They haven't been loud, and he spaced them out. One in every quarter at least. Here's a drive, Gilbert. His shot just over the front of the iron and in. Wyatt Gilbert's first basket of this ball game. 46-38, Russellville leading by 8 now. I tell you, you can't give Mathis an inch. They did, and now they're back on him really tight. Sikowski, 18-footer, no good. Benton with the rebound on the backside. Will bring it up the floor for Mountain Home. In the corner, Cruz, open corner. Shot is good. Three-pointer for Luke Cruz. He's got 18.
Right now, the Bombers are limiting Russellville just to one shot. That's not a good thing. We need to get that offensive rebound.
46-41, Russellville leading by 5. Mathis way out up top, goes inside. Sikowski, I don't know if has a shot, partially blocked. He was wanting a foul, no foul called. Benton has it for Mountain Home in the front court. He'll give it off to Gilbert. They're going to take it left side. Gilbert over Sikowski and hit the layup, and it's a three-point game. Russell led by 14, and now it's down to 3. Trey Allen. Take it left side, bumped, and there's the foul. 15 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. That's Taylon Benton, his second. Third team foul on Mountain Home. And in the game for the first time, Caleb Franklin, a 6-foot junior. Mathis will inbound it to Franklin. He's at the top of the key with 11 seconds, 10 seconds. Gives it up right side to Grant Smith. Gets it inside. Sikowski started left, back right. Shot is good, and he drew the foul. Sikowski, I like the way he worked to the left, power dribble to the right, little baby hook shot. And Rhino's got 8.
Ben's picked up 2 quick fouls just within seconds.
Yeah, that's his third. Free throw is good. 9 points for Sikowski with 4 seconds left. Gilbert catching it.
Push off.
And, yep, they called it. You're right. That's on number 22. That's Gilbert's first with 1.1 second left. And Fulcher is talking to the official about it. He's not agreeing with it. Sikowski on the buzzer. Three-pointer won't go. And Coach Fulcher was arguing with the ref, and then one of his players was too. They gave up an open look because of that. 49-43. The Cyclones lead it here after 3 quarters. Well, they led by 9 at halftime. They lead by 6 here, but Russellville had built up a 14-point lead. Saw it get cut down to 4 at one point. And but they lead by 6 now. A good finish there by Sikowski coming back on the floor after being injured, getting the old-fashioned three-point play. He got 9 points in this ball game. Russellville holding serve there, still leading by 6.
Well, the Bomber coach was arguing that his player, as he was dribbling the ball, was not pushing off. But anytime you see that defensive man go back like that, even as he's leaning toward the offensive player, he makes a quick exit backwards. He has to be pushed off. You can, and in fact, it was so clear to us, is right close. You know, we had a clean shot. Looking at it, it's obvious that that offensive player had pushed off, and it was a good call by the official.
Cyclones being led by Bo Mathis with 15 points. Trey Allen with 12. 9 points for Sikowski. 6 points for Grant Smith. 5 for Bryson Korchmeyer. 2 points for Cade Schaefer. Mountain Home led by Luke Cruz, number 40, with 18 points. Number 32, Matt Jones, with 11. And 7 points for number 3, Hunter Bashirs. Russellville will start with the basketball. They have Franklin, Spencer Terry, Smith, Sikowski, and Mathis on the floor to start the fourth quarter. Franklin gives it up to Mathis on the left wing. Top of the key to Grant Smith. Caleb Franklin, a 6-foot junior, wearing 0, has it out on the right wing. He'll take it, throws it down on the baseline to Smith. Inside now, Sikowski. Good pass from Smith. Sikowski's hook shot rolls in. 11 points for Rhino.
And Rhino had 2 men guarding him at that time, but a great shot.
Mountain Home gives it up to Peters. The man to watch is Cruz. He's on the block without the basketball, posting up the high post. Matt Jones going to take it all the way from the baseline and in. Boy, he had a head of steam. He didn't look like he was going to be stopped. He's got 13. Cade Schaefer checking in at the next dead ball. Franklin gives it up to Smith at the top of the key. Back to Caleb. 7:08 left. Russellville leading at 51-45. 6-point lead for the Cyclones. Sikowski working his way in the lane. Pass on the baseline to Smith. Didn't really catch it in rhythm. Gives it up to Franklin. Back to Grant. Off the hand of Sikowski, but retreating to get it was Bo Mathis. Mathis isn't going to force a shot. He's got 5 threes, but he's waiting until he's got a good open looks. Spencer Terry, crossover dribble. Caleb Franklin, he'll take it baseline. Lost the handle on it. Picked up by Terry. Is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by number 3, Hunter Bashirs. Hey, Hunter Bashirs, too, to his credit, said it was off me after they, you know, he's honest after the official made that call. Schaefer gives it up to Smith. Coming off a screen is Mathis, and back to Grant Smith on the left wing. Go inside, Sikowski, a charge is going to be called. The official out here called charge. The official underneath called foul. That's dangerous when you signal charge. What if the other guy signals block? Usually you just have your fist up in the air. As two officials call it, you want to make sure you're on the same page.
Well, we need to return the favor when Cruz goes in. We need to try to take a charge on him, pick up another foul on him.
Yeah, a little bit of acting job, but there was enough to warrant that foul call. That's number 1 on Rhino. Here's a reverse layup there by Gilbert. Good grief. He got 6 points. All here 47. The Cyclones lead is down to 4. 5:59 left to play here in the ball game. Cade catching on the right wing. Trey Allen checking in at the next dead ball. Smith get it to Franklin in the corner. Caleb going to take it all the way. A blocking foul. Shot does not go, but they said they wave off the shot. They're going to give it to him on the baseline. That'll be on Cruz. That's who you wanted.
Yep. Just give me 2 more. That's all I need. Just 2
number
more.
3 on him. Franklin will sit down. Trey Allen in for him. Inbounds pass comes to Smith. Bounce pass down low, Sikowski, and they grab Sikowski. And is it on number 40? It is. He had a hold of his jersey on that one. You can usually get away with that, but when they start to pull away from you, you can see that jersey pull away.
Okay, that's Cruz. That's 4. Just give me 1 more.
Look, if you play down low, you're going to grab, but as soon as they step away from you, you better let go of the jersey, and otherwise you're going to get called. And Rhino did the smart thing. He shot it, so he's getting shots here. Did they call that a 2-shot foul? Either way, it might have been a 1-on-1, but either way, he hit 2 free throws. He's got 13 points.
Cruz is coming out.
Yeah, he's got 4 fouls. He's got to. In the game for the first time, number 24, Brandon Morris, a 6'3 sophomore. He's the one with the headband and the hair flopping. This first time we've gotten to see him. Did play in the JV game. 5:35 left to play in the ball game. Russell leads it now 53-47, a 6-point lead for the Cyclones. Gilbert catching it down the right side. There's a 3-point try, no good from the right wing. Gilbert did a smart thing, tapping it out. That 3-pointer missed by Hunter Bashirs. Bashirs missing the 3, and then setting a screen. Now Bashirs has got it again. Won't pull the trigger on that one. Goes inside, lost the handle on it. And Russell, did they throw it away? It's being chased down, and Gilbert has it. A screaming wolf. Mathis trying to get it back. Gilbert pass on the baseline to Peters, shot up and in. Peters is the one that hit that shot. Or sorry, that missed the shot earlier, hit the shot there. And now a timeout called by the Bombers. Did you get that last 3-pointer missed by Bashirs there?
No, I didn't.
I just knew you were keeping up with that.
Yeah.
And, a lot of action going on here. Russell leading at 53-49. Mountain Home taking the timeout after the made basket. They have 2 timeouts left. Russell still with all 5. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it right here. 4:59 left to play here in the ball game. We'll see if they want to set up. They're just setting up the defense, offense, or if they're setting up a press. You see this all the time when they hit a shot, call timeout. All these coaches know more than me. I just never understood. I want to keep the pressure on a little bit. I think it kind of breaks up your momentum, but especially when you don't come out and press. I don't understand that. So why the timeout?
Yeah, I agree.
But they're smarter than me, so I'm sure there's a good reason for it. I just don't know. 53-49, the Cyclones with a 4-point lead. I just expect them to come out in a press, and Russell getting to bring the front court easy. Schaefer using a screen set by Sikowski. Leaves it up top and down the right side to Mathis. Schaefer has on left wing in the corner. Trey Allen faking the 3. Starting his drive, he's in the lane. He draws some contact there. They say on the floor, but he's going to get to shoot the 1-and-1. That's Colton Peters. And the 8th team foul on them. Colton Peters, that's his second. As we said, Trey Allen, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He's at 12 points. He did this with Sikowski shooting free throws. Everybody off the line. And Trey Allen gets his rebound. He gets pushed to the floor. He got the offensive rebound and is the only guy down there. Did a smart thing. He threw it up when he got pushed. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
That's a little embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the first on Matt Jones. That was obvious, and I don't know why he fouled. You got a 4-on-1. Just converge on him a little bit. And Trey's making him pay, hitting the free throw there. He's 2 of 3 from the line. 13 points for Allen. Ty Sikowski with the second most on the team tonight. And now he's got that title himself with 14 as he hits the second. Russell's lead is now 55-49, so Russell getting 3 points out of that possession, thanks to the offensive rebound off the missed free throw by Trey Allen. Only Cyclone down there, and he got the offensive rebound. Morris gives it up and sets a screen for Colton Peters. He drives, dumps it out. Benton looked like he wanted to shoot the three, but he mishandled it to Peters. He'll drive and sends it to the top to Bashirs. Throwing up a shot, no good. Bashirs getting it, putting it up and in.
No block out. We got to block them out to get the defensive rebound.
Bashirs with 9 points. Russell, they can eat some clock. You don't want to go into a stall because you still got under 4 minutes left, but you lead by 4 here, 55-51. Here's Mathis. Nice little give and go there to Sikowski. Sikowski knocks it home. Assist from Bo Mathis. Rhino with 15. 3:35 left. Russell making the switch off the screen. They have to switch back as they left Morris open, and luckily they didn't see him. There's a foul called on Russell out on the floor, and this will be on number 21, Trey Allen, his second. The 14th foul on the Cyclones. Cruz, who has 4 fouls for Mountain Home, checks back in now with 18 points. And Pennington's wanting a timeout. He's trying to get the officials' attention. They're going to call a timeout. The Cyclones going to take a full timeout here with 3:27 left to go in the ball game. The Cyclones lead it by a score of 57-51.
Well, I agree. We need what you said earlier about not going into a stall, but we need to run some time off that clock. We got 3:27. We get the ball down here. We need to work the ball in. Right now, Rhino's scoring. And if he can pick up that 5th foul on Cruz underneath, then that's really going to help the Cyclones. So I think if we can run a little bit off the clock, we still need to keep pressure on them. Yeah, if we can fast break and get 2 easy points, let's go after it. But setting up your play, let's run some time off and put a little more pressure on the Bombers. Trying to listen to what they have to say.
Russell, he's talking to him on the defensive side about getting a stop is what he was talking to him about. And he said, let's control the basketball once we do it. But he was mainly stressing the defense. Russell leading by 6. If they can get a stop here, get the basketball. I mean, I know there's 3.5 to play, but the way they win this game is getting stops, and that's exactly what Coach Pennington was talking to them about. They're going to inbound it on the left baseline, leave it up top for Luke Cruz. He's the one that's got to be careful with 4 fouls. Gives it off to Gilbert. Now this is Benton, number 1. Back to Cruz on the right wing. Cruz posting up. They don't get it to him. Number 3 hits the shot. That's Hunter Bashirs. He's got 11. Sort of hung in the air, too. Makes it a 4-point ball game. Russell leads at 57-53. Russell is running their offense. They go inside to Sikowski on the right block. Shot up and in. They've attacked Cruz immediately, knowing that he can't defend the way he wants to with 4 fouls.
That's good offensive right there.
Yeah, going right at him. Chasing Gilbert with a double team. He gets the pass off to Benton. Benton now leaves it for Bashirs. Inside to Cruz. Too hot to handle. Russell gets the steal.
Well, that was a hot bounce pass. Again, the bounce pass inside.
There's Cade Schaefer taking it all the way with the layup. He's got 4, and Russell leads by 8, 61-53. Russell with 4 unanswered points. Benton thought about a long 3. He's going to drive, kick it out. Gilbert 3-pointer, in and out. Rebound, fought for, and Grant Smith gets it. Boy, they could have gotten Cruz on a push there, but they didn't. And Coach Pennington holding his hands up. He doesn't want him to attack, but Russell gets a layup anyway. You know, it was not a good calculated move there because they had to split a double team with that pass. I mean, I know it worked, but I'm telling you, they had to thread the needle with that pass, and Russell kind of lucky there. I agree with Pennington there. They needed to slow that up, but Russellville, very beneficial there. Sikowski gets the layup. He's got 19 points, and get this, he's got 10 here in the fourth quarter alone. He's got the hot hand for Russell, and the Cyclones, just like that, after having their lead cut down to 4, they lead by 10.
Well, that's what I said. You know, if you get a chance to work your ball, to work your play, let's take some time off. But you may have an opportunity where you can get a quick 2 points. Possibly, if you're fouled, you can pick up a third point. And I think that's what Russellville did. And Coach Pennington, like you said, is wanting them to hold it up. And we may see them go into a little bit of stall with 1:59 left when they get the ball back.
He may have told them to go into the stall. I don't know if they're going to, but this timeout was taken by Mountain Home. They have one left. And the Cyclones lead at 63-53 with 1:59 left. He had both hands straight up. And
Mountain Home's having to take it full length of the court.
Yeah, because it was a made basket.
Yeah.
And Russell was wanting to pressure, and they having to remind their players, hey, we want you in the back court. So now they're there. Mountain Home took their time and allowed Russellville to get back in the back court. We're getting close to 10 seconds. Pass to Cruz, though. He's in the front court. He's had the hot hand when he's been in there, but he's got 4 fouls. Number 40. He's at the high post right now setting a screen. Number 40. They go to the other side. Gilbert, three-pointer from the right wing is good. Well, where's this kid been? He got 9 points all in the second half. 63-56. The Cyclones lead it by 7. Taking their time. Why not? Minute 20 left. Cade Schaefer. They're not even close enough to start the 5-second count. Get it to Mathis. Double team. Throws it in the corner. Sikowski has it. Lobs it up top to Cade Schaefer. Russell just going to run some clock. They're going to make them chase the basketball, and I'm surprised Mountain Home hasn't fouled yet. I mean, you're down 7. You got a foul here. Cade Schaefer gets a double team. The pass is deflected and taken away by Mountain Home. Bounce pass ahead to Gilbert. Layup is good. Count the basket, and he drew the foul. I didn't think Cade touched him. I didn't think Cade touched him. The referee on the backside said he did, and so they count the basket, and Cade is going to be whistled for his first. I don't think he got it. That's 11 points for Gilbert.
Again, it's going back. You got to watch your passes. You're going to delay a game. Your passing becomes so important.
A three-pointer and a three-point play has made this a 4-point game after Russellville led by 10. 53 seconds left to go in the game. And Cade Schaefer in the backcourt with it. Gives it to Trey Allen. Back to Cade. Looking to get across the timeline. He does. Sikowski open underneath on the left block. Leaves it out up top to Cade Schaefer. Coach Fulcher being told to get back in the box. They're going to have a foul called on Cade Schaefer. Sorry, they fouled Cade Schaefer. He's going to go to the free throw line. This will be double bonus time for Russellville, so he's going to be shooting 2. That foul called on Hunter Brashears. That'll be his 3rd. Schaefer's free throw is good. He's got 5 points. Russellville leads now by 5, 64-59. Matt Jones into the game for the Bombers, number 32. 34.8 seconds left. The Cyclones lead it by 5. Second free throw is also good. Schaefer with 6. That's 2-possession game. The clock does not start until they touch it. That's why they're rolling. They pick it up. Clock starts now. Gilbert hands it off to Benton. Benton at the top of the key. Gets it off to Gilbert. They're wasting a little bit too much time here, and now we have a foul called on Mathis. Not a bad foul there because they don't get shots here. That just eats up some time. That's going to be on Bo and Mathis. I don't think Bo tried to do that, but they're going to have to take it out on the baseline, so it's still eating some clock. And 25.5 seconds left. Russell lead is 6. They lob it up top to Cruz. Cruz now getting it to Jones. They're taking a lot of time for this, and now Gilbert pulls the trigger on the 3. This one off the front of the iron ball. Tipped around, and there's Sikowski with the rebound. I have him for 12 rebounds. Unofficially. Sikowski was fouled. We walk it to the other end, and Russellville waving off all their players. Coach Lewis saying, hey, everybody stay down. Russellville leading at 65-59. Sikowski going to shoot 2 here.
Well, between Rhino and Grant Smith, they pretty much controlled the boards there during this game.
First free throw is good. He's got 20 points. That's a 3-possession game. That's pretty much it. Second free throw missed by Gilbert. 20 and 12 is what we have for Rhino. Gilbert on the right wing is going to keep it, takes it baseline. Underneath has the ball knocked out of bounds by Trey Allen. Their last possession, I was surprised they didn't pull the trigger on a three quicker. And here down 3 possessions, you never know there. Russellville, though, going to stop their 2-game losing streak. Gilbert, three-pointer from the corner, won't go. Sikowski with 13 rebounds. He gets a pass off to Trey Allen. Allen's going to bring in the front court and then stop. Russellville wins it 66-59. The Cyclones win it by a score of 66-59. The Cyclones will move to 5-4 on the season, stopping their 2-game losing streak. We'll see. Go ahead and stay here. We're talking about if Coach Pennington's coming. We're not sure if he's going to come yet. We've been told that he probably will. Ryan Sikowski, we had him unofficially 20 points, 13 rebounds for him. 3 players in double figures tonight. As Bo Mathis with 15 and Trey Allen with 14. Grant Smith and Cade Schaefer each with 6 points and 5 points for Bryson Kordsmeyer. For Mountain Home, they were led by Luke Cruz, who had 18 points, 13 points for Matt Jones, 11 points for Wyatt Gilbert, and 11 points for Hunter Bashirs. And Coach Pennington talking to Coach Fulcher from Mountain Home right now. The Cyclones win it by a score of 66-59. Russellville's next matchup will be a week from tonight. 8:30 tip-off scheduled, but there's 7 games before, so we may be running a little bit late for the Hoops for Hunger tournament. The Cyclones will take on DeQueen. Now, one thing about that Hoops for Hunger tournament, remember, it's a shot clock tournament, so we will have a 35-second shot clock that will be invoked in that tournament, and that'll be something new for people to get used to. And so you got some headset back on. You got some stats that you got for us. I'll be watching for Coach Pennington.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Mountain Home was 6 of 14 from three-point line. They were 5 of 6 from free throws.
All right, now Coach Pennington's going to come over to us. We're going to try to switch the camera around. Get off my ugly face there. Coach Pennington joining us. And Coach Pennington now here with us. First, Coach, congratulations on a good victory, 66-59. Your thoughts first on the game?
I thought our guys came out confident and came out with a fire in their belly, and I was just proud of them, And same way I tell you, when I've come over here, after a loss and said, this is part of the process. Well, this is part of the process as well, and this is what we want more and more of. And I think we got a little bit. We kind of showed Cyclone Nation a little bit of what we can do in the first half, the way we can shoot the basketball, and I've seen that in practice over and over and over. And we saw that against Kirby in the first game, and then that kind of went away. And we talked about some things with our kids and told them, man, there's no pressure. Go out there and play. And I thought they did real well tonight.
Yeah, 3 players, double figures. Coach, one thing I want to ask you about, Luke Cruz for them had 10 points in the first quarter, and then he only had 8 for the rest of the game. What did you do? What did you change to really shut him down?
Yeah, well, early, if a guy gets going, it's kind of like Bo Mathis, he gets going early. We just tell our kids, all right, obviously we got to adjust here. In the paint, let's sink on him. Out there on the perimeter, let's make sure we don't give him open ones. But at the same time, it's high school basketball, and he's not going to go, 4 for 4 to start the game, And he went out there, and he was, credit to him, he was making shots. But I think we played better defensively, on him and on the whole team. Defensively, this wasn't our best effort, but I knew that I didn't think Mountain Home could score with us, if we just kept pushing offensively, and we'll clean those things up defensively.
The footwork that you've got going with the Rhino down low, that is unbelievable. That's not the same kid I saw last year.
Yeah, we've been working. And when you work and you plant those seeds, eventually something's going to grow, and it's coming. That's not his best. I promise you, that's not Ryan's best. There's more to come.
And we had him with a double-double with 20 points tonight and a rebound, double-digit rebounds. So, but congratulations on the victory tonight, and enjoy your Christmas, and good luck in the Hoops for Hunger tournament. We'll see you a week from tonight.
I appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
That's Coach Kyle Pennington. A big victory for the Cyclones tonight. 3 players, double figures, exciting matchup. Russell really turning it on in the second quarter. Actually, look, Russell trailed 17-14. Let me get this off us because we're too ugly to look at. We're not as good looking as Coach Pennington there. Russell trailed 17-14 near the end of the first quarter. You pick up a 3 by Bryson Korchmeyer, a 3 by Bowen Mathis, and Russell leads 20-17 at the end of the first quarter. And then that second quarter, they get out the 9-point lead. Look, they saw it cut to as close as 4, I think, as a couple different times. But Russell hitting some free throws when they had to. 3 players of double figures in the game, and securing the victory. Great job tonight by the Cyclones. So, sorry to interrupt you when he was coming over here, but you can finish your thoughts now.
No. All I was going to say is Russellville came through on the three-point shooting. They were 13 of 15. Or they shot 15, made 13 of them. Free throws become so important in a game like this where Mountain Home's a type team that they can get really hot, but as long as you can keep pressure on them and they get the fouls on you and you start making free throws, then you put pressure on them, you can win this game. Russellville did that tonight with 13 of 15. On the three-point plays, we were 7 of 17. So we were hitting a better percentage on three-pointers tonight's game, and it really came through, especially in that first half. We were 6 of 12 in that first half. So real hot shooting by the Russellville Cyclones, but I have to go with the rebounds. Rebounds was so great with Rhino, with Grant Smith, Korchmeyer getting rebounds. Korchmeyer coming in, playing quality time for Coach Pennington, not only scoring but playing great defense along with Grant Smith. Just everyone doing a job tonight as a team, really scoring and playing good defense for this Russellville Cyclones for this victory tonight.
Once again, we'll tell you, Ryan Sikowski, we had 20 points, unofficially 13 rebounds for Rhino, 15 points for Bowen Mathis, 14 points for Trey Allen, 6 points for Grant Smith and Cade Schaefer, 5 points for Bryson Korchmeyer. Cyclones win it by a score of 66-59. We will be with you a week from tonight. I believe we'll be on our radio station 102.3, which means we'll have some commercials going on, which we haven't had before that. But we'll still have this YouTube service up for you live, just with the audio from the radio being paired with it. That'll be a week from tonight. Right about 7 o'clock, a little bit before 7, we believe we're going to be on the air, but realize we got games before it. Tournaments sometimes run long, sometimes they don't. But we'll have girls action for you around 7 o'clock and boys at 8:30. The Lady Cyclones will take on Fort Smith Southside in the opening game of the Hoops for Hunger tournament. And the Russellville Cyclones will take on DeQueen in the opening round. That is December 27th, 2 days after Christmas on Thursday night. Want to send congratulations on to the Lady Cyclones. They won it 43-35 over Mountain Home. Anna Myers with 15 points. And our senior boys, a 7-point victory, 66-59, as Sikowski with 20, Mathis with 15, and Trey Allen with 14. For Aaron Duval, I'm Mickey Duval reminding you, if you're out on your bike tonight, as always, do wear white. So long, everybody.